Right. Okay. The stream should have, in theory, started. How's the quality? Everything alright? Why does it... It shows me predicted quality 360p. That's, truly the peak. Anyway. Here we have... God, it's been a while since I've probably been back in Limbus. Yes, so first things first, we're going to have to level up our sinners. The question is, do I actually have enough tickets to do this? Oh, God. Oh, no, never mind. It's less expensive than I thought it would be. For a second, I was worried there. Let's just level up our basic team to start, and if we need a proper team, then I can throw some more tickets around. But I think just a team of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I think I will suffer? Oh, absolutely. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the classic. Let me use these up, actually. But the lower tickets really just have no reason to exist, do they? They do basically nothing. I'm not a fish, no. I answered that one yesterday, actually. Right, that should be enough for now. Let's get started. I have not seen any of this Canto just yet. Oh wow, we're starting with a fight. How fun. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we want... and then Musso and Gregor at the end. Let's finish up. We can level them up if need be. Until then, let's go. Flowers wilt, petals fall, a drizzle of blossoms, sky blotting, colours fade, fragrance dies, but who shall mourn their passing? To the garden I go, in hand a flower rake, only to pace, lest crush the scattered blossoms I make. Thus, in this troubled world, I breathe. To shut my eyes is my sole reprieve. Little value, you must have walked and toiled tirelessly on your journey home. I wouldn't say I suffered much, Grandmother. My days were always filled with new and interesting things to see. Oh, what are they talking about over there? They're sitting so far apart I can hardly hear them. I mean, is it even a dining table? I can't even see who's sitting at the other end from here. Is there anything bothering you, dear guest? If this humble servant can help with any... Oh, there's something bothering me, alright? We're in the middle of a meal. Can you please stop? No, not at all. Nothing's bothering us. Everyone looks good. How about you, my boy? When will you introduce me to your new friends? Oh boy, I never know how to act in front of others' parents. Where should I look? Is it an appropriate size for a polite smile? I hope I don't come up too smarmy. It's nothing to fuss over. Think of this as your own place, and enjoy your time here. Ooh, thank you. But phew, this place is so huge that I can hardly even relax. Alright, I might get in Moscow out for a cup of water. Don't you worry. We have stray people shelters located all around the house for that. Our servants visit them once a month to collect anyone who's unfortunately gotten lost. If they're still alive, that is. Honglu, that has to be the funniest joke you've ever told. I wasn't joking. But I'm glad you enjoyed it anyway. I must ask, Honglu, for I spy no other sibling of yours here. This is quite odd, for I had thought this would be a welcoming party for your return. Hey, it's my welcoming party too. Besides, what makes you think we'd ever want to see their stupid faces? Just to get mad? It's been 10 whole years since we ever shared a meal together. Oh, and don't even think about trying to chat me up. Did you what? But what I said earlier? There is nothing between us anymore. We're enemies. Did we initiate the conversation though? Oh, I'm simply so glad my son Baoyu has returned. I think that was a translation error there. I think they meant don't try talking to me. I think that was the wrong use of the words, but still. Anyway. So dear Baoyu, I don't mean to rush, but when are you planning to depart again? Damn, savage. Nothing's been decided yet. Well, I see. I'm simply concerned that you stay here to be prolonged. Perhaps you might fade before your duties are completed. Do you not also agree, Venerable Jiamu? Indeed. Be about you, our peerless treasure, tarry not over long in this mundane world. Leave when the time is right, and fulfill your work.
그럴게요. 할머니.
More forced death mechanics?
어머니.
Presumably? Okay, grandmother, mother. Throughout the entire family discussion, Honglu's expression remained the same in that tranquil, perpetual smile. Despite his return after years of wandering, being met with the family's obvious push to make him leave as soon as possible, he stands unaffected, although we were expecting this gaudier yet hollow welcome. With his attitude being so positive, I also had no choice but watch as a bystander a few hours ago. Harlequin will be here soon. Harlequin? Oh, so cool. That still sounds plain to your eyes. Isn't that super, Greg? Oh, yeah, so do we can do Harlequin as words. So, give us a ride all the way to the mansion? These are coming to pairs, desperate to lighten the mood, are particularly appreciated today, as tragically ineffective as they seem to be. Yes, the LCB and Jashihun will be headed to Dagwanyan, Grandview Garden, where one of the most prominent families of H-Corp reside. If they sent a whole Harlequin to pick us up, does Honglu's family already know that we're participating in their family hierarchy war?
그쪽에서는 아직 모르는 사안일 겁니다.
It's unlikely, after all, it can be assumed the most likely reason the company waited until last minute to release orders was to minimize the chance of invasion of the goods. Therefore, it would be correct to presume that the Palanquin, God, it's off for me to mispronounce more words, is here merely as a gesture of welcome for Honglu and Jashihun's return, which means the only invited Honglu, Jashihun and their factions can rise in the Palanquin to Dagwanyan. Unfortunately, this means the LCCB, Vigilius, and Charon won't be able to join you on this journey. Too bad, it would be nice if we all gone together. That's a car there. Is that car being carried? I think those cars are being carried, which is very funny. Despite his expecting to our family would have killed them, has a handful more people in that humongous park of a house. It's not like they'd notice the difference. Oh my, how touching. Looks like Miss Jashihun thinks she'll miss us too. What a thing to say to my face after that shameless backstabbing. Haha. I mean, do any of you even comprehend what it means to participate in the family hierarchy war? Do you even understand why they called it a war when the official name for it is an evaluation? You're risking lives by getting involved in this. Once you're in there, you'll be stalked at every turn by people looking to kill you, including me. Remember how Wei saved your life back at the fake Kezcan? Imagine the same scenario, except this time it could be Wei who's there to kill you. I must say ahead of time, this is truly a regrettable turn of events. I didn't wish to have to fight any of you, but Wei looks like an unfamiliar and cold, intense glare. Well, we very much feel the same way, so it looks like we're on the same page. Haha. This means also I'm fair game. You could stab me in the back again, literally this time. Oh, no, never. I wouldn't even dream of doing something like... I shouldn't ignore Sinclair's anxious pleas and look straight towards Honglu. This could be the last chance to change your mind, brother. I didn't invite you to join my faction with a light heart. Plus, the family hierarchy isn't something you just definitely decide that you want to participate. I know the life you've lived, Jishun. I also grew up hearing those countless tales about the family hierarchy just as you did. So the weight we're feeling must be the same. Right, this is where our tenuous alliance really ends. Well, not like a care, it did drag on a little too long for a temporary alliance forced out of convenience. We're just going back to how things used to be, that's all. And that's fine by me, I think that's enough chit-chat with you then. Okay, if that's what you want. It is a car, that's great. Sushin. Please don't tell the family that I'll be participating, will you? I was told to keep this a secret for now. Ha, tell me one reason I should do that favour for you now. For someone who supposedly doesn't care, Zuchun appeared rather hurt as she took a moment to let her Honglu biting her lower lip. That car is definitely being carried. You can see the exact same things over here as well. They're carrying the doors. I think this might be what the Palanquin are in this version of the city. And something straight up right to him. Is this even your call, brother? Or are you just following their orders? Jashihun just towards the rest of it. My participation in the family hardcore as I decided. You're so curious to know why then. Zuchun, do you believe my choices carry any significant meaning? Oh, I see what's up, this crap again. So you already know what participating in the war means, but you have no idea why I'd ever let you ask. Why I ever ask you something like that. These are just normal cars. I don't think we've ever seen normal cars in the city before. But these are just properly normal cars. Like, that's strange. Anyway. Fine, looks like I don't even need to hear your reply. There's no point in trying with you anymore. Hi, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Except from watching how far you get with the shallow, meaningless attitude of yours. Hey, wait. Sachin appeared pretty distressed after the exchange, so about to say something. The pilot, who had been fiddling with the radio behind Sword, began shouting urgently. Well, Manager Sword, a Palanquin's been seen coming this way. I'd like to chill a bit today. Yes, it was too tough. Let's head on over so we can at least relax on the way there. Nope, by taking this one. You never think twice about giving things up to anyone, do you, brother? Oh, what the heck do you mean? Come on, let's do this fair and square with her, like rock, paper, and scissors. Well, sure, why not decide the next hierarchy of the game rock, paper, scissors too? There's not supposed to be an end there. I'm noticing a lot of translation errors. Are they sure they got like an English translation team to do this one? Because like, okay, hold on, I need to bring this up. I'm not gonna let it slide. Okay, no, it doesn't show a position saying don't try and chat me up to LCB. That's not what that means. That phrase doesn't mean that. It's just don't try talking to me. Speak Japanese. No, this is Mandarin, and also I speak some Mandarin, not very well. Yeah, fine, I thought we were finally making some friends out here. Look over there, there's a group waiting for a palanquin. One of them must have been the candidate the client told us about. Everyone, there's a group of hostile-looking people coming away. Shi Yuhua is unlikely to be the only one who's going after the other candidates. Executive manager, we best take care of them before the next palanquin arrives. Yeah, what can we do, right? Right. Let's see how the base IDs do against... Whoa, that is a lot of base... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why do I get 7? That scares me. Why do I get to use 7 units? Okay. Here, because that activates Honglu's, so he'll get more sanity. Strongest base ID. Ryoshu damage-wise... Otherwise... Otis is pretty strong. Honglu is actually really strong, to be honest, because he can clash really well. What am I doing? I am beating the new chapter of Limbus Company with only the base IDs. Or at least I'm going to attempt to beat the newest chapter of Limbus Company with only the base IDs. This particular move, when he's on high sanity, is very strong. Sinclair is a weaker Otis. Sinclair is quite good, don't get me wrong, but he is a weaker Otis, through and through. Is this a hard challenge? Very. I don't even know if it's possible. So... I gave up on the last chapter, so we'll see if this one's possible. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. Oh, Eshel's sinking camp. Oh, 7 is the standard now. That is insane. Right. That worries me more than it helps, actually. That's terrifying. Okay, we can just... Because 7 becoming the norm now means that there's going to be some horrific bosses in the future. I actually haven't seen these updated animations. Okay, we can get here, 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 here. Dual things, so Honglu gets more SP. This is a very good attack for Sinclair, by the way. This can deal a ton of damage. Or at least, ton compared to, you know, like, the average base ID attack. I think actually this might be a bad thing, having 7 Sinners, because having 7 Sinners means that we're falling even further behind what we're expected to be at this point. Still, so far we're doing pretty good, actually. I don't think these guys are exactly supposed to be the hardest. I'm only used to fighting, like, the most brutal fights with the base IDs. I'm not used to just, like, an absolute stomp. I'm glad I leveled up 7 IDs, though.
행동을 개시합니다.
해냈어요. 폭의 거울은 깨졌어. 좋은 전략입니다.
Right. I get the feeling a lot of these are just going to be, let's melt the people, fight over. Let's melt the people, fight, and then we're going to encounter something very, very horrible. But I'm not sure what it could be. No signs of any reinforcements, executive manager. Phew, at least there's an end to them this time. The guys that attacked us when we first got here were endless. That's because we walked right into a trap then. Shallow, but still. Anyway, she shouldn't appeared pretty hurt by that, didn't she? Honestly though, I get why she feels so betrayed. Remember all those stories about Honglu's family we heard? Imagine you're one of those kids thinking you've finally found, like, a potential ally in your family, only for him to pretty much stab you in the back last minute. Yeah, right, it's really awkward for me too, even though I wasn't exactly involved. Sword chimed in nonchalantly as though it wasn't her who pulled the plug on our alliance at the last second. Anyways, where's our escort? I can imagine that Hector can't afford to send scars with a palanquin. His family loved each other enough to send escorts for their safety. I doubt they'd be holding a cutthroat ceremony like family hierarch evaluations. It's well where might makes right, where the strong prey on the weak. People won't bat an eye even if one of the dozens of candidates is found dead in some ditch on the road. This is my first playthrough of this. Yeah, of this chapter, yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Hunger. I must have been running my mouth again without thinking about how that sounds. Somebody usually stop me before I go too far. Don't worry, you didn't say anything wrong. It took me a while to realize the other families weren't like this, but there's no reason to be upset by the way things are. Those cars are very... Why don't just make proper cars? Yeah, okay. See, by the way, there, the fact that... Oh, wait, you wouldn't have seen that. My facing was in the way. Otis dealt 24% of the damage in that fight. That's the reason why I say... Ask for not whom for the elders. Ask not for whom the bell tolls. But yeah, that's the reason why I say it's strong. It's just the sheer damage she puts out. It's insane. What's that ominous metallic noise? Tolling of bells. Bells with a resonance, but unlike any other, normally marked by their clarity. This bell's muddles if it tolls for ill fortune on the horizon. It is literally, this is an ask not for whom the bell tolls. Now that bell store is a resounding reminder that I'm home again. Its bell tolls every once in a while. You can hear its resonance from anywhere in Hongguan. It's restructuring day. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Jian, then there's... Yeah, I don't know that character. Yeah. Huh? But the restructuring day already. She trails off, unable to finish the sentence. A brutal scene unfolds behind us. Oh, are you guys seeing this? The buildings are all starting to shift. As this mouse said, the buildings are tethered to a complicated network of rails either rising or sinking with the earth. Movement observed from everybody in the vicinity. Everything is changing. The localized shifting of structures we observed yesterday were not as sweeping as this. What we saw last night must have been a premonition of the restructuring day, nudging some buildings to positions for a smoother overall redistribution of space. Let's speak English properly here. Now this is the real deal. Ah, that whole mess was just a premonition. The remnant of old H Corp that was here long before the current Hongguan. The structure's been here for quite a while, so we can't know the nature or the purpose of its singularity, but at the moment, they shift based on current H Corp's restructuring standards. Huh.
최선을 다해서 노력했다면 살만하지 않겠는 만약 그게 아닌 자가 그저 조용히 물러 그 다음 달을 기다리면서 오늘은 몇 명이 어디 놓아야 할 때를
제조립의 말로는
Oh, I see. The consequences of assembly for the victors is an endless plummet. What a terribly distressing sight to behold, unable to do aught but help. Is this another one of H Corp's idiosyncrasies? I don't know. Didn't other nests also have their own measures of one's wealth? Why do I hate myself to do these challenges? Funny. T Corp. Oh, measure time. H Corp's measure of wealth and currency is based on how much space a person owns, measured by a scale of what they call rooms. Yes, the measure of one's space is the measure of one's wealth. Exactly, so once every month the worth of each person's labor and the quantity of their income are measured to determine how much space they're assigned. So they can just kick me out of my own home for no reason? What kind of ridiculous rule is that? Well, it might appear that way to outsiders like us, but calculations behind these restrictions are meticulously designed and have been here for a long time. So it seems to me that everyone just accepts them as a natural part of their lives. Have you seen this happen in person too, Honglu? This restructuring day. I have. Sometimes I watch the cityscape from behind the railings of my room. It happened far, far away from me, but I could see it all very well. His expression remains tranquil and still as he calmly reminisces. It was like then when he was merely watching the features of scenery passing by. That Guanyuan, my own home, was never too concerned about the restructuring days. We'd get more rooms some days, but we'd never ever shrink. So I've never been affected by these restructuring days. I only ever witnessed them as they happened beneath me, high up in my room. Fine, I doubt there's anything you could have done, but you just sat on your hands and watched all this shite? Heathcliff trailed off, but I could see he was gritting his teeth. Another palanquin's coming. And as you're right, I think we've chatted enough, so let's get you guys going. This is a palanquin? Yeah, it looks like they sent a palanquin enough to comfortably seat a big crowd of people together. They must have Chaboao and his 12 honored guests, is that correct? It's 13 to be precise, but I thought the sword wasn't invited. Whoa, hold your horses. I thought the young Master Bao Yu's faction was just 12 people. On hearing that, sword began to aggressively strike towards him, calling the palanquin bearer to shrink in fear. Whoa, slow down, lady. We are 12 people, what's wrong? I mean, don't tell me this thing looks like a normal contributing member of a clan to you. What? So I suddenly grabbed my shoulders from me before the bearer like I was some kind of product. I mean, that's a pretty unique head one's got there. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it around Hongguan. It's not just a prosthetic in the shape of a clock, I guess, but still. I mean, let me ask you something. Can you imagine why anyone in their right mind would stick a clock where their head's gotta go? Even if they were hurting for cash? Ah, no way, ma'am. Never. They're more versatile biomodifications available here in Hongyan than whatever that hack job is. Never in their right mind was. Exactly right. No idea what went down, but this fellow here sure seems to have fallen on hard times. Too bad we live in a world where such misfortune can befall an honest soul like them. Boy, oh boy, looks like one got scammed. Nasty scam too. Whatever backstreets they got that from must have been a real scoundrel who did it. It's funny that this is probably one of the most powerful augmentations in the entire city. And look, even the clock isn't on time, and this poor person is barely conscious. Look, all they can do is make these weird ticking noises because they don't even have a mouth. Some pretty darn helpful things to say, but I said not to take this face value. It was pretty obvious what she was trying to do. Somebody tell Sword that I'm getting dizzy. Who if you weren't kidding, who could have done something so awful? Jesus Christ, the text. It's leaking out of the IDs now, it's in the cutscenes as well. It's a real blessing that young Master Bao Yu's got such a kind-hearted soul. He could simply not walk past the Timepiece Emporium without selling this... Timepiece Emporium selling this human being like this on toy or tools, so you pick them up to get their head replaced with something proper. Hongyuan's got more than enough resources for something like that, right? Oh, well, you're not wrong there. It's easy to swap out your whole body so long as you've got the cash to burn. What, a new head for me? Right, see what I mean? So that's why they told you that young Master Bao Yu only has 12 people in his faction, including yours truly. I see your point, but we can't just let all us aboard. Yes, a young Master fully understands the moral conundrum you find yourself in. We'd like to offer this tiny token of appreciation. So I produced some build from our pocket and smoothly slid them onto the Palanquin's bearer's own. Oh man, oh lady, you really shouldn't do this. I really shouldn't. Oh, another thing, I'm sure I didn't tell you this, but if a word of this gets out, then it might get pretty messy for both of us, and that doesn't have to happen, does it? Indubitably, man. I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart, after all. What's a free ride for the downtrodden, eh? One of the blokes doing this purely out of interest in the fatness of his wallet. Alright, stop gossiping over there and get on board. Wait, we're leaving Pilot alone here? Pilot seemed to notice me staring in his direction. He stopped fidgeting with the radio and waved at us. Don't you worry about me. Have a safe trip over there. I've got some stuff handled on the outside. Sounds more akin to an extravagant limousine than a palanquin. Oh look, a bottle of champagne. Can I chug this? Of course not. Drinking whilst the mission is. Okay. The click-clack sound promptly put an end to the hubbub of the unexpectedly flashy appearance the palanquin caused. A demeanor shift entirely into that of calm and collected strategist, a far cry from the person who was chatting up a storm with the bear just a minute ago. Time to get to work, everyone. What exactly is that work? Right, actual fight time again. Then you'll wait. Something's going on outside. Long enough sound Otis's remark, grating speaker whine ran out, followed by the worried voice of the bear on the other end. We're under attack. I thought things were going a little too easy. It's no surprise they're trying. Why am I not surprised? Okay, it's just a normal fight. Can I just click wing right? Bets in chat. Can I just click win right? Let's see if this works. Are these enemies so bad that the base IDs can kill them with win right? That's actually quite a good base ID attack too, to be honest. I don't think we can win. We couldn't even fight Dulcinea properly. I don't think we'll be able to win rate her. This, yeah, I've already said that's a good one for Sinclair. This attack is also very good. They're slash fatal, I believe. Well, they're all staggered, so it doesn't matter what fatal weaknesses they have. All of them now. Have I leveled up my IDs? Yes, I have. They're all leveled to 55. Well, not all of them, but most of them. The base IDs get leveled up before my proper team, so I'm gonna have to do some XP lux after this. Yeah, I didn't quite notice it, but yeah, the updated animations are quite cool for the base IDs. I wonder why they updated them. Like, I'm not going to complain, but there's very few people that will ever look at them, and like, I'm one of them. Favorite status in the bleed. Oh, we're 10 levels above them. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, bleed is my favorite status. Purely because it's effectively the status of turning things around you into goop. Yeah. Did I read their passives? I have not read their passives. maybe it's a reference to the fact that the base IDs will actually get buffed in the future, guys, right? Surely. Surely. Or it's just the fact that it was for that one April Fool. It's a lot of work for one April Fool's update that basically nobody's gonna see. Please read that passage. Okay, I'll read that passage. Easy money for That's interesting. Oh. Oh no.
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
I really don't want to say this for Project Moon, but do they have an English translation? Did they have a legitimate English? Because this is reading more like machine translation than. Oh, it's to do with the tutorial update, isn't it? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, no, this is all reading far more like machine translation than it is literally any other kind of translation. That's like 3 mistakes now. I'm not sure if that "oh no" in full lowercase letters is supposed to be like that, because it's funny as a joke, but if it was the sole thing that I'd spotted so far that didn't actually make sense as proper English, I'd go, oh, okay, yeah, very funny, good joke. I don't know if that's a joke. I don't know if it's actually like that on purpose.
위에서 당신을 관리자로 정한 데에는 합당한 이유가 있겠지. 기대하고 그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요. 단테 적합한 조치였습니다.
Yeah, it's beginning to. Okay. The only thing I can think is it's a jokey reference to the really shitty translation of like Chinese films to English. That is the only reason I can see for why it's so bad. I mean, it's that of the like don't have an English translation team or anybody translating English.
순조로운 전략입니다.
Because, like, yeah, no matter how I warp the English, there is no way of turning "don't try and chat me up" into "don't try and convince me to be on your side. Don't try and negotiate with..." Like, okay, I can see how machine translation would take the spirit of the message that was presumably written in Korean and go, okay, don't try and chat me up. And in English, that's a very specific phrase. If you were to walk into a room with people and go, I don't like you, don't try and chat me up, there's going to be problems there. People are going to take that the wrong way. Or, oh god, what was the other one I spotted? Can't remember now. But yeah, not trying to start a witch hunt, but are we sure? Are we sure Project Moon translated this one properly? Have they been conned again by the sweeper? By this sweeper translator? Because, like, I know they have a history of getting ripped off with translations, and this really feels like the case again. Why are they all at 0 sanity? You've been winning clashes, what are you doing? Like, all the clashes are dominating. I don't understand. I don't think machine translations will ever make typos. No, they weren't typos. They were issues with intent. Machine translation definitely makes issues with intent. I mean, if it has been wonky since launch, I haven't noticed it until now. Like, it was solid enough that until now, everything I've seen seems like pretty legitimate English. Yeah. I mean, the lowercase "oh no," that has to be public. A machine translation wouldn't make it lowercase "oh no." I don't think.
기다려. 아직 안
But it seems
끝났어.
really strange to make
어떠냐?
these guys that are apparently
당연한 결과죠.
a joke enemy
골치 아픈 것들이 거기
so common.
되어겠어, 단테.
like is it a Canto 4 situation? Was there a certain amount of spaces they had to fill and they were just like, yeah, fuck it. The first third of this Canto has to be XYZ battles long. Let's just throw some fucking, you know, random goons at it. It'll work out, trust.
관리자님의 99% 명령과
Yeah, 27%. You didn't see that again, but Otis is putting out straight, like, insane damage numbers. I mean, okay, if it was machine translation, it would presumably be a lot more issues with translation beyond what's here already. It is probably just Bridget Moonjank. Entering Daguan Yuan now. Despite some troubles on the way, it seemed we managed to arrive at our destination mostly unhurt. Daguan Yuan, Honglu's old home. We're running out of time. Fast, I'm sure you understand the most important part of my plan, right? It is unlikely to be a pleasant sight to behold. Troops surrendering. I shall not surrender. Remember, the plan hinges on your patience, everyone. You have to remain calm and wait, even if they freak out and actively try to kill you. There's a chance, however, they might panic. Yap, yap, yap. What the fuck is with everyone up, like, yapping here? What is up with this? The sound hit me earlier with the power move wall of text. Like, Jesus Christ. Has everybody heard of the concept of talking a little bit less? That's a bold statement coming from me, but like, has everyone heard of the idea of saying more with less words? It's not that hard. Anyway, there is a chance, however, they might panic and immediately order the sinners be executed on the spot. However, it's unlikely the person whose responsibility is to judge the next family hierarchy of Hong Guan will make such a hasty response. Exactly, everything's going to be fine so long as the decider has the capacity for patience. Execution, what? Great, I'll follow up with subsequent contact when she's safely completed the first round of the evaluations. Just one for when woman is taught. It's not women in general. Women, I don't have offense with women talking. It's when anyone hits me with a fucking wall of text. I keep them for academic journals. That's the purpose of those. If I need high detailed information, give me high detailed information. Otherwise, this is good. Give me a line of dialogue. I don't need to be fucking hit with the Y2K. I'm a poetry major and I'm going to hit you with my interpretive arts. That's like, I don't need that. Thank you, game. This is good. This is good. You can convey a story like this. Yeah, I actually do this in real life if people talk to me for too much. I just start shouting at them about how they could talk less. Right. What should grow smaller and smaller is the distance between us group, but we're really caught our eyes with scattered humans that are structuring dead, evicted from their homes. They're trying to drag their broken bodies off the roads, swelling and writhing.
저희가 도와드릴 수 있는 건
How do you call it Y2K? No, Yik. Right. It doesn't deserve the name Yik. Oh no, it does deserve the name Yik. It's very fitting for Yik. Y2K is easier to say. Is it Yeet? I don't know. It's not deserving of having its name said correctly. This is horrible. There isn't anything we can do to help, but the futility and powerless will never be effective. Blah 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 blah. Words. Good exposure stimuli is recommended to sensitize oneself to this sensation. Right. So Honglu, how do you feel about going back home after so long? Sinclair changed the subject. I don't know. Even that. You don't need to say Sinclair changed the subject. I know Sinclair changed the subject. I can read. Now, I understand. I've seen the PM community Discord server, community hub. I've seen their inability to read. But when somebody goes from one situation to a different conversation, within the sentence of within like a sentence, I know that the change of topic has happened. I don't need, like, you to lay it out for me. I can read. I can piece together. He wasn't comfortable with that. Right. If we need to ask him, lad, I know it can't be easy. Ask me, blind me, I hesitated 1,000 times wondering if I should turn around and leave. What if I knocked on the gates, but she... Ether came to a suffocating stop, his voice trembling lightly as he did so. See, that adds to it. Knowing how they said something, great. 10 out of 10. That will tell me more about the world. If they had said, Heathcliff started describing Catherine. Great. Cool. Wasted a sentence. Glad to see. The Edison is steadied in confused silence. What? What is it? Why'd you stop in the middle of a... wow, look at those cool windows. I think we can swap them out with other images. Sigh. I quickly tried to serve on the subject again, but all I got was Ishmael scolding glad that seemed wordlessly to tell me not the time. I remember. I remember what happened each one I returned to this part of the city that held our memories. Remember happiness, anger, sorrow, and joy. And as we traveled around, they were all looking at sceneries only they could see. Roger, you awkwardly tried your best to crack jokes. Sinclair, you tried your best to hold back the welling tears again and again. Yi-sang, you shut your eyes for a long time. Am I Chinese? No, I'm not Chinese. I'm British Australian. I can just speak Mandarin somewhat. Some people in the PM community might not have understood that. True, you raise a good point. Yi-sang, you shut your eyes for a long time. Ishmael, you couldn't stop talking yourself while glaring down at the lake surface. And Heathcliff, I saw you scared and anxious, shaking your hair over and over again. You've really been watching us closely, huh? Did we? Spring leaves, petals scatter, and all shall turn around to find the doors which they belong and return forevermore. I think everyone has a small amount of petals they gather for themselves. But why would I need to collect something like that? Then you simply haven't discarded them yet. There was still a transparent smile on his face, but I think I saw a burrowing, sinking shadow behind it. Oh. The moment I felt that a familiar light came into view, and immediately understood what was going on. The golden bough was so close and was resonating with Honglu's fathoms. They watched the flower burrow of mine and mock away. Who lays me to rest once I die? When spring passes, youth passes, his wrinkles shear it all away. Okay, actually, hold on, I've just thought of something. See, what's happening here is, the large amount of words is actually a direct reference to Dreams of the Red Chamber, and the fact that it's far too fucking long for the story it tells. I've just noticed that. That's what this reference is. Flowers pass, people pass, and ignorant they remain to where they hie. Why do you always recite these strange, complicated poems, Dai? There are plenty of ways to remain young, aren't there? Because we needn't see the snow in our hair to know that spring shall pass. Why are you cleaning up those fallen petals? Just float them away downstream. You'll get dirt in your hands. And be so wasteful. How will we hear the sound of falling rain once we sweep all the petals away? This is a remembrance of a rainy day, so I'm going to treasure it. Besides, these beautiful blossoms get so dirty in the stream if we let them float away. So please, don't scatter all the petals from your embrace, big bro bow you. Honglu. Is there anyone you miss here at Daguan Yuan? No, there isn't. How's that possible? Is your family there and a bunch of other people that are so important to you? Well, as long as I believe them to be doing well, there isn't any need for me to yearn to see them again. Do you still treasure your petals? No, I scattered them all on the day I ditched part of my home, so my rainy days are now silent. I see. You saw that, didn't you, Dante? You saw my memory. I did. Honglu laughed. He wasn't surprised or angry that I peered into his memories. Yeah, Big Bro just threw me for a fucking loop. Jesus Christ, I was not expecting that. You want to tell us about your parents? Oh yeah, you talk about your grandmother pretty often, right? What kind of people are they? Sinclair added carefully. He was trying to commiserate. Tenuous the connection might have been. We're headed home to meet his family, after all. They're both very wise in the ways of the world. Grandmother always treated me preciously. Yeah, Big Bro is the moment where I suddenly expect to hear... Oh no. I suddenly expect to hear this start playing. Oh, that doesn't play. Hold on. I forgot I didn't have desktop audio synced. That's what I expect to hear when I hear Big Bro. Like, that's what I'm expecting. Sorry, I didn't expect that to be so loud. Yeah, I have no idea why that was so loud, to be honest. For some reason it was particularly loud for... Anyway. We're almost there. I can see the garden. It's one massive garden. We still have some time before we get to the main buildings. I remember the days when deers and hares would frolic out here in the garden. Hoo-hoo. Well, I can see myself taking a long walk around here. It'd take a whole day and then some to cover the entire ground. I usually lingered only around my own room. It's dangerous to stray too far, after all. It's dangerous? Why? There's a strange danger, getting lost, getting targeted. Besides, it's very dark at night. Well, that ain't a very big deal, is it? Kids run around, scrape their faces in the branches, tripping each shite on the pavement all the time. Yeah, I'm sure you would run freely around the garden, Heathcliff, but it's important to always be careful. When I was 5, someone had lathered deadly poison on a random tree branch. Ah, poison? I had a little brother who liked to frolic like you do, Heathcliff. But by some coincidence, you happen to be running around the same tree that has branches lathered with poison. What has transpired after? I'm sure he got better. Ziren told me he'll just be fine after 100 nights rest. And because Ziren was always so smart, I'm sure it happened exactly as she said. Jesus Christ, the yap. Pure yap, Jesus Christ. It's all gonna be story. Entering the Huating. Why do they give the characters for this one and not oh whatever. Grand Flower Hall. That is what that is, and then Hua is flower. I don't know hall, but I know Da Hua is big flower. Entering Da Huating now. It wasn't long before I arrived at a place new within Da Guanyuan. Guanyuan is park, so this is literally just big park. Da Guanyuan. I was made known by the palanquin's bearer, sonorous announcement. More buildings. What Da Huating mean anyway? Grand Flower Hall, so I think you call it a place for banquets? So you host banquets in this village-sized venue? Is that a lake over there? Nope, it's a pond. A pond? Damn. Once we arrive, we'll find ourselves a welcoming party for Shichun and me. Road, you should be able to stuff your heart's content this time. It's been a while, hasn't it? I don't think I've been this excited in a long time. Oh, is that a ship over there? You have a ship? Ah, yep, we'd sometime to go boating. Oh, and Zichun's building is right across that pond. You each get a building of your own? Yes, we do. So when I first departed from Hongyuan, I found the concept of an entire family living under the same roof so fascinating. Alas, it'd be quite the challenge for my family to see one another, and that's exactly why we each get a building. Are we even talking about the same thing here? Alack for woe, we could have merrily enjoyed our vacations at Yong Honglu's residence all along. I wouldn't have worked on Kyoto. When I left home, grandmother and the elders really impressed upon me that the footsteps shall eventually bring you home when the time is right. Thus witness and only witness as much of the world as you may before you make your return. I was wondering when that'd be, but time really slipped through our fingers, and just like that it brought me here. Most sinners did not welcome their turn. Some of them were even terrified of it. Sometimes they had to confront what they'd been avoiding all their lives. And for some important things that were once forgotten or lost were waiting for their return. But their reluctance is really not surprising at all. I don't think I'd welcome an opportunity to get my memories back with open hands or thrust upon me out of nowhere, especially if I was getting dragged there against my will. These were the blood fiends in Canto 7 killed off for shock value? No. No, I don't think they were. I'm assuming that was said by somebody in PM Community Hub. Despite the fact it couldn't be more obvious that his town arrived, Honglu was as tranquil as he always was. He's always been able to remain aloof no matter what happens. Maybe it won't be different this time either. It's because he had the start of his Canto last Canto. He's already had half of it. We're gonna get to the end of this and it's gonna start like moving on to Otis's Canto. But even so, can I judge that so hastily? Young Master Baoyu of the Jia family has returned. Again with the palanquin's bearer, deep full-throated pronouncement of arrival, the door opened. Here we are, you must all be so tired. Come in, come in. Leave behind the sinners who are still reeling from the astronomical level of opulence at display. Honglu bounced lightly off the palanquin and moseyed into the building. Somebody at Project Moon ate a thesaurus before writing this, I swear. Quite the light-footed steps he take. Unhindered by neither excitement nor trepidation. That's not English. The light-footed steps he takes? I'm assuming they missed an S. Right? Rich boy's got nothing to fear because he's used to this kind of poshness. That's all this is. Yeah, okay, it was supposed to be, he takes. Verily, this may be a subtle expression of that teensy part of him that longeth to see his family again. Once we have all left the palanquin, I find myself upset by overwhelming vastitudes and objects of great magnitude. Just how many servants do they have? Ah, grandmother visited us once Shu hour. That's not a Mandarin word. I don't think. I'm assuming Zhu hour is a translation of Zhu, then they've got hour translated into English, but they're giving us the Mandarin translation? I don't know. I don't know. Just give me the pinyin straight or give me English. I don't want to mix them both. That confuses things too much. I think I'll start that. Oh, my mouse is off screen. Zhuao? The Zhuao refers to time between 7 and 9. This unique time zone is used in southern regions of the east. In addition, it'd be useful to remember that Honglu's grandmother Jiamu is the hierarch of Daguanyuan. It would not be an incorrect assessment to hear the ruler of Hongyuan. Your relative is the head of a wing, I see. Yes, they should be handing that down over the next day, pretty soon. By now, what does she seek to achieve by abdicating in this precise time? Otis, as she probably saw an ulterior motive behind every move, inquired. That's wrong too. You don't say she probably saw an ulterior motive behind every move. Otis as she sees an ulterior motive behind every move. Otis believing there to be an ulterior motive. Not as she probably. She does. She does believe an ulterior motive behind every move. We've seen this before. This has been confirmed. Please, Project Moon. I don't know if I'm just noticing this now, but the English is dropping. The comprehension is failing. It's been saying that the time would eventually come, that she's carried this responsibility for too long. But she'd be pretty shocked to hear that you'd be taking part in the family hierarchy war. Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe she'll take it well. There's never been a reason for me to bother participating, but there wasn't a reason for me for not either. There's Jishun and Wei over there. Looks like they both arrived safely. Jashun, who arrived before us, shot us the briefest glance before looking away their exaggerated disinterest. Shichun just turned her back on us. Well, it didn't take long for things to become super awkward. Ooh, we must catch this opportunity to see ourselves adjacent to young Shichun. Too late, we're forever banned from ever getting anywhere near her. Yet wherefore, we are no longer Jashun's faction. The hostility is to be expected. Things have changed. Us versus them, in-group versus out-group. Deception and treachery are natural parts of war. An ally of today may as well become an enemy tomorrow. And that's a funny way to say I don't have any friends. What did you just... Ah, there are my parents. Hold on, we're just walking up to them. Behind me, at least tell them their names. Father's name is Zhen of the Jia family, and Daguan Yuan. They call my mother Lady Wan. I greet you for the first time since my departure. Bao Yu of the Jia family has returned home. You're early. Bao, dear Bao Yu. Been too many years. To see you again after so long is good to see your face. I don't know what I should even say. Father Jia Zheng's eyes dart nervously between us and Hong Lu. Meanwhile, her mother gingerly brings him in for a careful embrace as she was the presence of something so utterly deeply moving, it was more than the pre-Pujo reunion. So thou, Hong Lu's parents. Thank you so much for your hospitality, you have certainly spared no expenses. So who are those people you come here with? Well, there aren't too many of them, they're my friends that I made out in the wild. At least he's not interested in his lackeys like a certain someone I know. Oh, that's... Hong Lu's mother slowly turns around to look at us. I mean, it's a weird thing to say, but somehow it almost felt like she was looking down at each one of us, one by one. I'm so glad to meet you all. Bao Yu has always been such a stubborn child. I'm sure he was quite the handful to accompany on your journeys. Hope you can still embrace him despite every... Stubborn? Hong Lu? What did she say? They didn't seem all too happy to hear that. They added translations to some words. Oh, they hadn't before. That's funny. Dear Bao Yu, why do you allow your friends to call you that name? What of your noble blessed name bestowed you upon your... revered Zhan Ren, our elders. Ren is people, so Zhan would be... I'm not sure what Zhan would be. 4 people? Maybe? Not sure. What's going on with her? Hong Lu reached out and gently yet indifferently held his mother violently trembling hands. Of course I would, mother, because the name is too noble indeed. Oh, yes, it's not a name that any rabble should so heedlessly speak. Of course. Oh, do you also have an old name and a new name? Well, don't you remember back in Peacock, Wei called Hong Lu Young Master Bao Yu. Also, remember how he announced himself before that duel on the day we arrived at Elchcorp? He introduced himself as Bao Yu of the Jia family. I thought it was a pseudonym back then, though, given the circumstances. Well, it ain't like calling this your real name's gonna achieve your stability or whatever. It's just a name, so you can say it as many times as you want and it won't depreciate in for whatever value it has. Oh, but some people do actually believe that it does, I suppose. It was wise of you to remember using that name. Right, to let your precious name be known among the plebeian populace is to encourage knives in the dark to strike, even here too. Just as your mother says, were your true name to be known, any individual with a passing connection to H-Corp would have easily connected you to Hong Yuan. It is said that most names are repositories that keep origins. In the eastern region of the city, where the parents use name their children, they imbue them with meaning. It carries their wish for the children's place and use in the world. You, what's your name mean? My name is a culmination of wishes, not only those of my parents, but many more. It means I was born with the precious jade. Jia Bao Yu. It's awful. Hong Lu's better. Please try to whisper. Ooh, I'll call a rich boy whatever I want to. If I'm forced to call young master Bao Yu or some servile shit like that, I'd rather take a punch or two from the guide. I could feel the horrified gaze that staring at us. I don't mind, so please continue to call me Hong Lu if you want. Please seat yourself on a guest. Birds, food will be served soon. Unskippable cutscene? Oi, what's all this? Did I actually expect us to eat all of this? I don't think I've ever been intimidated by food before. There was quite literally a mountain of dishes on the table. I was starting to wonder if the purpose of these dishes was more flaunt the wealth than feed us a reasonable amount of food. What a feast, I can ask for refills, right? Yes. Anyway, what's with all those empty seats over there? Are you still killing time for some Time killing time? Time killing time? A reference to the only bit of story Roger gets?
그건 아닐 것
I don't think so.
같아요.
They'll probably see my old siblings somewhere
이곳에
in
참석하는 걸
Daguanyuan.
원하지 않은
They probably just didn't want to
이 오늘은
attend.
저를
This is a
환영하기
banquet to
위해
welcome me
만들어진
after all. I'm sure they
자리니까요.
believe it's a waste of their time to attend.
거참
And they better be on some real busy schedule to miss this.
가복께서
Jamu, venerated be our presence, graces us. Jamu, blah blah blah. With the announcement, utter silence quickly devoured the buzzy hubbub of the banquet. Those who were sitting down quickly rose their feet and bowed, while those who were standing knelt down on all fours, their backs bent so low their foreheads were nearly touching the floor. And the woman walking out from between them, the crowd itself parting down the middle from her sheer presence.
아,
Oh, there's
할머니가
grandmother.
오셨네요.
Was Honglu's grandmother, the family hierarch of H Corp and its chief executive director. Did you just say hag? She's been on screen for less than a second. Jamu's presence was at once warm, gentle, yet immense and overwhelming, like the personification of an insurmountable mountain. We are graced by your presence, venerable Jamu. We are graced by your presence, venerable Jamu. Why should we bow to? I didn't think you bow any lower with your face halfway at the boss. You should be fine, probably. She's surrounded by high shore, too, I think. Guys, everything's gonna be fine, so long as we don't do anything stupid. As everyone's bowing for Jamu, awed and humble, and the Honglu looked straight at Jamu without bowing. They got up from his seat and walked over to her.
할머니,
It's been a while, grandmother. Please descend, young master, bow you. Soon a special permission was needed to even stand next to us. Honglu was allowed to approach her only after 7 gave him the go-ahead. Little bow you. You must have walked and toiled tirelessly on your journey
그렇지
home.
않아요,
Not at all,
할머니.
grandmother. I was able to learn so many new things thanks to everyone who treated me so nicely. Had you sought to master the art of learning, no master, regardless of your pursuit, would have been out of your reach. You could have learned so much in the halls of erudition from them. The world taught from sheets of paper is simply that, words on paper. We wish that you, dear bow you, would learn more of the secular world, and not let flow betwixt your fingers the time that is given to you. I know this opportunity is more than what I deserve, grandmother. I appreciate your return all the same. That you decided to return with me before me in my abdication, a great responsibility. Verily, it appeareth that the young Honglu shined onto Limbush Company and no way, the racing game! Gran Turismo of shorts.
그란 트리스모? 그게 뭔데?
The mid-eating.
너희 둘 다.
Incredible. Young master of the family moves them and after sent out on the world on Grand Tour. That's coined this is practice Gran Turismo. Oh, she was actually saying Gran Turismo. Incredible. If that will afford them to commence their public activities. The puffs to learn the varied experiences that can be gained from books to grow familiar with the world outside. I hear that you must have met with Shishun in the world not long ago. I have. A bright child she is, well prepared to take on the challenge of family hierarchy evaluations, I presume. I agree, I'm sure Shishun will wisely overcome the trials. Indeed. Have you paid visit to the revered elders then? I will, soon. Lady Wang, ascend here as well. With your mercy, Jamu, of course. Honglu's mother hurried up to where Jamu stood. It must cause your heart great distress to have one of your only son depart his home to wander the world along the edges. Of course not, Jamu. Oh, I'm simply so glad my son Baoyu has returned as a man who can now more than carry his own weight, and unharmed too. Thus, dear Baoyu. I didn't mean to rush, but when are you planning to depart again? And then we're back to the start. Your family's one only Jay, dear Baoyu. I feel strange to no longer mundane world, even the yeah.
그럴게요.
So we're back to the start. It only took an entire hour to get back to the things we started on. Jesus, yapping. Like, how much longer is it going to go on for? We've had 3 whole, no, maybe 4 combat encounters where I clicked win rate. And other than that, walls of text. That's what the son of Doom to chew uncomfortably through this incredibly awkward meal, but Jamu and a retinue of Heyshaw left the banquet hall quite promptly after that exchange. It was though they had no more reason to remain here. It's odd that they should inquire Honglu's departure plans on the very welcome his return. Right one moment it appears like they really care about him, then the appearance of that care for one's own child was also quite distinct and unusual compared to the typical display of emotional intimacy expressed in average households. Hey, Baoyu. As when off midship a voice appeared jovially into our conversation. Why didn't you come see me first? I've been staying in the same building ever since you departed here, you know? Aha, big sis.
누나구나.
Zhu Bao Chai. It's been so long. You've come all the way to my welcome banquet to fill seat. I appreciate it. I don't know that you were coming home today, Baoyu. I would summoned everyone I could from the Zhu family to see you. Too. Big Bro Pan's been really itching to know how you've been doing. Yeah, sure he was. Shishun had been sitting in complete silence for the entire banquet and muttered quietly to herself. Of course you agreed since you arrived at Baoyu. Your parents and Jamu. Really saw me at first then? She made a cheerful remark before leaning up close to his eye. Your jade is always glimmering so bright and pristine, Baoyu. Look, I made myself a necklace in the same color as your eye, and I wore it every single day to constantly remind myself of you. Well, do you see it?
그렇구나.
Oh, you have. Thank you for remembering me. Ahem, ahem. Are you going to introduce us to her, or... Hey, couldn't we just let that nice reunion play out? Man. Already a step forward, unable to stand the curiosity. Oh, she's... I am Baochai. Baochai of the Zhu family. I have a profound relationship with dear Baoyu here. A very profound relationship? Hey, he's my betrothed, and I to him. I'd say that's pretty profound,
그렇게
Don't be surprised that these grand relationships can be established effortlessly in a simple exchange of agreements between our elders. Hey, you could have given us a hint. But I won't be married until I leave Linda's company, though? I just thought it wasn't relevant enough to share. So, sorry about overhearing earlier, but you guys are Baoyu's friends, right? I've been so curious to hear what kind of life Baoyu lived out there. Care to share some tales of your journey with me? Good enough stories for kids, shoo. Why? But I love stories about bloodshed. One of Big Sister's Bao Chai's pastimes for curating creepy stories about from legends. Maybe I'll share some. Wow, what about everyone else? I love adventure stories. Be careful what you whisper. I beseech thee to find a seat, for I shall now regale thee with a tale in which an adventure of most wonder of valor unfolds. Brace thyself for the particularly old and terrifying tale features a big scary bear lurking in a cavern. Ha! Finished your meals, why didn't you go back to our residences? I'm so angry again, Chitrin. Last I heard you lost many of your followers in the large battle, didn't you? I'm so sorry, I used more than 3 handkerchiefs wiping my tears away upon hearing that news. The Chu's family heard of it too. You're not wrong, but that's irrelevant to what I brought to the family hierarch war. Always a big fan of your confidence, Chitrin. It's good luck, you know. Oh, that reminds you better watch your back, Big Sis Bao Shai. Looks like Big Brother Bao Yu's learned how to sink a knife into that back with the same carefree smile. What do you mean by knifing you people in the back? I just had a small falling out with Chitrin, that's all. Aha, Chitrin must have been trying to get you on her side, huh? Yeah, no wonder she wanted you on a team. Bao Yu's always excelled at whatever he does without stressing or losing out on that happy smile. It's kind of worked out that way. X can be a bit irritating like that, huh? Some people, though rare, are indeed like that. Oh, that reminds me, did you by any chance run to Big Brother Chu? I haven't, but they have. That's good. Place her hand over her chest. She just survived an incredibly dangerous accident before burrowing us aimlessly. What happened? I know he was trying to ally with Yi Hua. I mean, it didn't seem like anyone else was viewing with alliance other than Shi Hua himself, but must have been pretty good considering like the Candace Jia Shu was trying to ally with Shi Hua. They cut Big Brother Yi Hua's head off when he was with us. Oh my, horizontally or vertically? H. So this is the time, huh? Yi Hua is really incorrigible. He never knows when to zip it and sit down. Well, Big Brother Chu, I had a feeling he'd be here when the family hierarch war begins. Everyone in Daguan Yuan heard that creepy song from the back streets, you know? Gosh, things get so awkward and hostile here at Daguan Yuan every time there's any mention of him. But I guess it's fortunate that he won't be coming after me once the competition begins. And why is that? Because I'm simply too charming and adorable to kill outright, of course. Besides, whatever Big Brother Chu's goals are, they probably have nothing to do with the Zhu family. I can see that. Bao Chai took a step towards Longwell and leaning close to his face. Do you smell my fragrance still, Bao Yu? What is this? You have never reached me. Sister Bao Chai! Maso posting. Bao Yu, I have always been and always will be residing here at Hengwuyan. Promise to pay me a visit before you leave. With that, she gracefully walked out of the room. However, we will start heading back. This place can get pretty dark around high hour. You, why you leave? Haha, it's nothing. She's just a big sister I used to play with when I was a child. One of very few in Daguan Yuan who was very nice to me. So should we head off next? Good question. Just going by the sale or anything, it should be safe for something real ritzy, right? You're my guest, you should be able to stay at my building with me in Daguan Yuan. It's within walking distance from here, we should be out there in no time, even on foot. Right, can we get some combat now so I can stop reading, please? Yes, finally, combat! And thus a finger curled on the monkey's paw.
자, 여기랍니다.
Ta-da! Here we are. That was a pretty long walk. Still take me within walking distance, but now this place is called Yihongyuan. This room was made from the most aromatic flower within H-Corp. Try taking a deep breath and you can smell the lovely fragrance of flower aroma pervading, spreading from the very tip of your nose. It's unique to this building. Very much so. It's an unseen, invisible thing, yet it retains much of its pleasant redolence. This must be a nightmare for anybody who doesn't... I guess it would be translated into specific languages, but if you didn't know what these words meant, you are just kind of, like, shit out of luck. You've just sort of got to read a thesaurus, I suppose. No wonder PM Community Hub can't read any of this. they don't even know basic English. What are you doing throwing the thesaurus at them? This place is huge, too. You've been living here alone all along? Yes, I was taught to stay in a large room, but I've heard this place more. It has been long, young master. Jiren reporting. Oh, hey, is she? Have you been well, Jiren? Yes, I am as I has always been. Jiren watched emotionally as she saw a rowdy crowd poured into the yard. Her expression did not change even when she saw Honglu, who presumably hadn't been home in quite some time. Are they in Master's guest? I'll go into their room. Please follow me. Now that we're here, I've got to pay a visit somewhere. I'll be back soon then. To where wilt thou journey? At last to accompany thee. Ah, it's okay. Just on my way to say hello and pay my respects to the elders, so it'll be better if I go there alone. this way.
뭐
Well, I guess you could say this about every operation, but the way the mission does is really sink in until we're actually there. Talking about the family hierarchy war, yeah? Yeah, the other candidates have been prepared for years, also we have, what, an overnight? No, I'm procrastinating until the last minute kind of gal, so I'm pretty sure we got a handle on this. It's not the first instance we should demand a walk through a task in an unfavorable and equitable situation.
상관없지 않겠나?
Why does that matter? Our goal isn't to climb the throne of the family hierarchy war anyway. A few hours ago. Well, isn't it such a relief our goal isn't to come first place in the family hierarchy? Does that mean to say we can get first? Yeah, obviously. Why would we want a sinner become the head of H Corp? Would not provide a much more reliable means to control the planned individual that's comfy at the highest seat of a wing instead of letting an affiliated individual assume it? There's a lot more going on behind the scenes, guys. Besides, LCB still has much left to do as the LCB. Then would it be right to assume this isn't a winner-take-all situation here? Do other candidates get something participating too? Anyone who places from the top 10 will gain their right to take one-eyed choice from the family treasury. Of course, the one who places the highest goes first. We're going to have to come in at least second place in order to ensure that we obtain the item we're looking for. Now, that's weirdly insulting. Sod it, why don't we just shoot for the top anyway? The confidence seems to have gone through the roof since our last operation together. Well, we did go through a lot of crazy stuff. Anyway, care to guess what deep inside Hongwon's gargantuan treasury? The golden bow. Right on, buried within the middle of all other kinds of treasure along with any knowledge of its true value. Safe house, what did Manager Sal share with you as our strategy for the first round? I very much wish to know that as well. The suggestion and mutual understanding seem to exist exclusively betwixt Mr. Faust and Sal. The first round of the family hierarchy evaluation tests what the sensitive prepared and brought for the odds upon Yuan. Sensitive prepared, huh? So this must be what Zachihun's been referring to this entire time. Right. Yes, to be free from aging and death, immortality. Each candidate is presented an answer for the judge to demonstrate their idea of true immortality. Right, so what's the answer to true immortality then? Not even Faust can answer that. So that's why Jashihun went to the river. To literally get immortality, presumably. And what are you even doing here? We're going to be able to demonstrate a simile of immortality, or at least pretend as though we are close to the answer. When they're the ones who are seeking that very answer, they will not disqualify us, only to be exact for the competition. I see, they will cling to whatever clue they can get their hands on, solely using that desperation. Precisely. That important looking old bat Jiang Wu favours him, don't you? Maybe she give him some bonus points or something. So that's what we're using Hong Lu for. That is... Yes, you're right. It's my turn to be used. Whoa, when did you get back? Hong Lu nonchalantly chimed into conversation, having slipped in between us unnoticed. Hey, you're back pretty soon, huh? Fortunately, what I just said could sound quite crass depending on how you cut it. Hong, you don't have to... Don't mind what she said. But why would I mind it? My severe ticket in the hierarchy war, the only options for attending Golden Bow and H-Corp. She didn't say anything wrong. Your use. Well, if you'll be using me, hopefully this will lead to an outcome we can all be happy with. Surely such outcome will be best, yet young Ji-hun has already exhaled with great gusto out of her nostrils before turning away from her party when her eyes met. Well, Zichun... Hong Lu's eyes twinkled briefly, as though we were shifting into a dream. I didn't think it was possible for you to be friends with Zichun again. We're back to not being on speaking terms again, but it was as though I'd gone back in time, back to when we were both children. But we can't go back to the past. What did you say? Are you drunk on something? Did you really just say that to me? Oh, what a stupid thing of me to ask. You've never been drinking in life, your mind's always been so damn clear. None of this matters to you, even when I get angry at you or when I shout at you like this. None of it gets to you, does it? Just what happened that day? How can somebody become so... Zichun, forget it, I don't care, do whatever you do. It's my fault for expecting to have at least one normal sibling in this messed up family. In that memory, Hong Lu was wearing a quiet smile even before her hushed anger. But don't you want to be friends with her again? At the end of all things, the connection between people, they're just moments. Ephemeral things. So what I want doesn't matter. Hong Lu. A sinister loose, so detached feels though he's always floating within the clouds. Once thought it was coming where he was, someone just happened to be everything that's happening around us, instead of just another messed up person with messed up problems of their own. But slowly and gradually I had begun to realise there was something off about him under the surface. Hong Lu, about participating in the family hierarchy. Do you really not feel anything about it? Have you completely excluded yourself from it? I don't and I have. It's just the way things work out, right? Except for manager, it's true this value judgment will have no tangible influence in its company's direction. That's an agreement. Sinners do not have the right to refuse their missions. That may be true, yet I find it necessary to turn away and neglect the suffering conditions of their hearts, sinning from the obligations of their missions. How many people actually know what the words in Project Moon Games mean? I'm genuinely curious here, because I understand what's being said, but I've got to imagine a lot of... Like, just put in reference, I heard somebody today screw up what the answer to 3 times 4 was, whilst I was sitting on a train, and they were like nearly an adult, I'm fairly certain. They looked like 18, 19, 20. So if that's the level we're dealing with sometimes, how many people actually understand what these words mean? Like, because I know what ephemeral means. It's just like, it's meaningless, basically. It's intangible. But I can't imagine many other people know what that word means just intuitively. We share our hearts, but hurts unnecessarily peering into them is how we beget suffering. What manner of... Back then when I lived in Daguanyuan,
제게는
so many choices appeared via eyes. Should I kill that child who's from a different family? Should I even survive? Should I walk past the dying boy, or should I stop to help him?
처음에는
When they first presented to me, I tried to make a choice, but it didn't take long for me to realize that choices meant nothing. So welcome to Deltarune, guys. You thought you thought I was done streaming Toby Fox adjacent games. Welcome back. We're in Deltarune now. Decided not to choose at all,
그게 지금의
and that's me
저예요.
as I am now, the surrendered witnessing. Title drop.
님버스 컴퍼니에
There's so many
입사하게
wonderful things about
된
joining
후에
Limbus Company, but
제가
I
무언가
think my favorite
선택하지
part of the
않아도
experience was
된다는
I never
점이
given a choice. That's
조금은
definitely kind of weird. Yeah, no shit.
분위기가 조용해졌네요.
Oh, looks like things have gotten weirdly quiet around here.
사담은 여기까지
That was not a
하도록
discussion
하죠.
of private matters. There's much ground for us to cover. Let's begin by discussing our plan for the first round. The next morning. There's still some time until we leave. Oh, the scarecrows, veiled in nocturnal shadows, they were last night. Oh wow, they're still here. These are training courts next to every building where children in this place live. Here, every child of waking, running age gets to play with these dummies. Like, early education is important.
수업이랑 어떻게
Yet how
노는
one play with
거지,
these
이거?
dummies and here this dummy is adorned with the most dashing piece of fashion for its head.
아, 그건 제가 7살
Yeah,
때
that's the first
처음
dummy I
받았던
received when I was
호소.
7. You know,
그때는
back then I
말이죠.
thought even dummies could feel pain when struck. Such was the blissful rumination of all those who once
그럼
children.
여기에 태어나는
Is it like tradition
아이들은
for kids born in a family learn how to fight? Oh, not exactly. Oh, so this is what grandmother gifted you, big bro? Yep, I don't know how it works though.
옷 같은 걸 입혀주거나
No way,
이
it's
친구를 매달아주는
Josephine.
인형 아니겠어?
Actually, a doll of effigy for dress up. Oh, perhaps you could adorn it with some trinkets. It's got like a guardian spirit that protects your house bigger about you. Oh boy. Here, let me show you how it's done. Why'd you punch Grandma's gift? Don't you think you're hurting it? Hurt it? Really now, this wooden
이렇게
thing?
자라나야 살아남을
Well, they have
수
to grow up this way
있다는데
if they want to survive.
생각보다 제대로
This
수, 목,
WTD. This whole training... This wooden training dummy isn't too bad. This wooden training dummy appears to have been designed and crafted with some precise engineering craftsmanship. We still have some time to depart, so why don't we try using them for a warm exercise? I don't want to get sweaty though. It's not like these things will pose any danger. I think we try it out. Let's see how we're doing today. Attention, we have orders from the executive manager. From this moment forth, put all our delaying utter ruin on these training dummies. I hadn't even given an order. Oh well, it won't hurt to get up early now. All force a charge! Wondering how rough the translation team was for this? Yeah, that would make sense if they were. Why can they attack back? Why are they so good at attacking back?
당한 이유가 있겠지. 기대하고 있겠습니다, 단테.
해보겠습니다.
This entire canto reads like a shitpost. Also, yes, 7 sinners, that's... We've been fighting 7 sinners the entire time. Or fighting with 7 sinners the entire time.
이 기회에 평소 지휘 실력을
Why the fuck are
확인해보죠,
these
단테.
wooden training dummies so overtuned?
해보십시오.
I don't understand. Like, this is genuinely a problematic fight. Why are the max hits so horrific? Who gave them this?
기회에 평소 지휘 실력을 확인해보죠, 단테.
Struggling!
대로 해보십시오.
Right, okay. Lucky I have ego already. Oh, okay, it is actually easier to get ego resources now. That's a good thing about having more sinners. That is insane that that can nearly clash as high as body sack. I mean, it's not very high clashing ego, but... Like, if these training dummies are anything to go by, I am...
지금의 기회입니다.
the rest of this canto is going to be an interesting one for my sanity.
골치 아픈 것들이 고기
I think
조각이
it
되었군요,
probably is to do with the fact that we've got really low
나쁘지 않은
sanity,
성과입니다.
해보기는 할게요.
but still.
안 되면 어쩔
Have I
수
bought the season
없지만요.
pass? No, I've not yet. I literally bought the last one yesterday, so I will be waiting another 6 months to buy the next one.
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요, 단테. 적합한 위치였습니다.
좋은 전략입니다.
Oh yeah, there's that ego indicator which says how many
기다려.
ego passives they have now, doesn't it?
전투 감각 하나만큼은 수감자가
Okay, now that we've got a bit of sanity on our side, things are going better.
나라도 그렇게 했을 테지. 이만하면 훌륭하군요.
Right. It scares me that the more you don't let them hit you, the stronger they get.
해냈어요.
That's rather terrifying.
그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는 맛이 나는군.
Like, these wooden training dummies should not be this strong.
덜 답답한 법이지.
Like, no wonder they get good to fight. They've got these things to kill.
기다려.
Okay,
아직 안
we're doing
끝났어.
better now, but some of the max hits on their skills are absurd. I'm actually terrified for the first boss we meet. It's not going to be a good time for us. Also, yeah, hold on. Why are we struggling against these training dummies?
먹을 것들을 사들고
Like,
오는 것이
we have...
단테.
So we've killed a first generation vampire. I mean, first generation blood fiend. We've killed like multiple people manifesting ego. We've killed, God, what else have we killed? Several abnormalities. Well, not abnormalities. We've killed several abnormalities under suppression. We've killed several extortions. We've killed a whale. And yet, we're struggling against training dummies. Like, we survived a night in the back streets, and you're telling me these things stand a chance against us? Wooden training dummies. The Peckwood villagers is stronger than... That is true. The Peckwood villagers are absurdly strong. In regards to 100 wooden training dummies. 100 wooden training dummies.
99% 명령과
Easy.
1%의 제 실력이 합쳐진 결과였습니다.
Oh god, we've got to fight more of them.
보기만 써.
Wait, what level are these guys?
이 기회에
Okay.
지휘 실력을
If they were, like,
확인해보죠, 단테.
What? 12 levels higher? They'd be Ricardo's level? Like, the wooden training dummies being at the level of a big brother would be very funny. That is insane. I don't know who designed this, but they're a madman, whoever they are.
예술이 뭔지
Or
보여주지.
madwoman. I don't know who made it. This entire, like,
대체로 저럴 때는 이유가 있는
this entire Canto so far feels like a massive shitpost.
쳐보시죠.
I feel like I'm playing through like a leak of Canto 8 confirmed, try it out here now. That's what I feel like I'm playing. We've got slightly dodgy slightly dodgy translation. We've got units that just seem absurd in conception and balance.
곧
And just,
끝장낼 수 있을 것 같아.
if it wasn't for the artwork, if the artwork was shittier, I would say this is somebody has uploaded a fan Canto to Limbus campaign.
기다려. 아직 안 끝났어.
전투가
Right.
가만큼은
재밌는 순간이에요.
남자가 되어도
So,
그간의
you're telling me
전투
kids fought
경험이
these?
쓸모가 없지.
How strong was Child Hong Lu?
적합한 조치였어.
Child Hong Lu out there
해보겠습니다.
fighting like, not Zane, fighting like Valve level threats, just casually, you know? Yeah, of course.
쉽네.
그래, 그렇게 시원하게 처리하여 보는 맛이 나는군.
Child Hong Lu was at least level 65,
처리를
clearly.
빠르게 하는 편이
Adult Hong Lu pre-nerf is actually Vigilius's level. This is what we're gonna learn.
제가 괜히 먹을 것들을 사들고 오는 것이 아니야.
All the money went to the trailer. Yeah, that checks out.
이런 보수적인 효과를 기대했었죠. 나라도 그렇게 했을 테지. 이만하면 훌륭하군요.
Like, at least they don't have very much health. Could you imagine these guys with like 500 HP? They just scale through the roof. Saber bite to everything. How? How is Sinclair not gone up on Sandy? You won the clash.
골치 아픈 것들이
You have been winning the clash.
거기뚜껑이
Like, okay,
되었군요.
Heathcliff needs to be at a higher sanity by the end of this. Okay, he healed some sanity. Great, cool, thank you. The game is not. I feel like I'm going insane.
셔츠는 낙엽하오.
순조로운 전략입니다.
Right, can't wait to have to fight these guys for two more entire encounters.
조각이 되었군요. 고개 거울은 나쁘지 않은 성과입니다.
Welcome back, Canto 4. Died in the most recent level of quality of life updates. Brought back in the most recent update. Truly. Look, I'll happily take the 40 lunacy for each stage, but like, really? Okay, no, it's over. It's over. Only 2 encounters. Look at that. Oh, how refreshing. Oh, I guess morning workouts really do wake you up. I'm so used to getting tossed before we get to the real meat of the missions that morning's feeling complete without some action. Nevertheless, such a meaningful warm activity. So I'm meaning to ask family, why do you never consider participating in the family hierarchy war before? It seems to me that all your other siblings have been waiting and training all their lives to this event. It's simple, because I never once thought I wanted to be the family hierarch. It's not truly misfortune, had you not been born with Jade, my son, you would not have... You would have had to toil your life preparing for family hierarchy like your other siblings do. You didn't waste your strength on those things to win the favor of the elders and Jamu and venerate to be their blessings. Simply witness as much of the world as it has to offer, Jade of our family, my precious son, bow you. More memories. What's wrong, you son? You seem kind of distraught. It's due to the plans Miss First had explained to us last night. Okay, so there's definitely going to be something here about Honglu is sort of like... I'm assuming maybe the elders live vicariously through him? So... sort of him experiencing the world fulfills the same sort of thing as they'd want an heir to do, maybe? Still. So the plan, I find the plan rather detestable. Me too. But Honglu said he's okay with it, so you really call a plan if we're being honest here? I match the definition of plan given it illustrates certain instructions to be followed for the purpose of achieving a defined goal. And please remember that there are no second chances to find the hierarchy. I'm going to laugh very hard if this Canto has no too difficult boss fights for the base idea and the challenge. Other than the fucking training dummies. Hold on, I want to point that out actually. How many XP tickets did I get from that? Because I got like 1 silver, 2 bronze. That does nothing. There's no point. That's more of a kick in the teeth than just giving me flat out nothing. I would prefer to get nothing from a fight than 3 tickets. This is blind, right? Yep. This is blind. To be free from aging and death. Oh god. The app keeps going. They must bow you and his 12 companions arriving at 2B Tang. Alright. We entered the hall where the first round was to be held. As always, the servant by the gate announced our arrival at the resounding hall we'd grown to expect. In Arena Stadium, I see him. We have any eyes on us, the executive manager. I looked up to see the audience seats which bring with people divided into stare like terraces, and a platform on the opposite end of the hall, 3 shadows of chairs could be seen cast in the obscuring curtain fabric. As for us, we followed the attendant's guidance, stood next to the participants in the circular area at the center. Is the evaluations happening past those curtains? Dayu? See someone you recognize? No, it's nothing, Dante. If we were to meet again, we won't really have anything to talk about anyway. Maybe we'll have another chance later if fate wills it. Oh, I think it's finally getting started. The curtain stood open, the old woman we saw from yesterday's banquet walked out on the platform. Many scores ago, I ascended the seat of Jiamu with a stroke of fortune. But a lifeline has passed since I assumed this great responsibility. Such as it is, I seek to abdicate and walk the path of mountains and streams as river does. With the seat void, the responsibility seats the one with the qualities of the family hierarchy fill it. Thus here at Da Guanyuan, a collective upheld by the pillars of Four Grace House to Jia, Zhu, Wang, and Shi. We again ask you the perennial question. What do they all stand for? So Jia is sort of, as far as I know, Jia's family? I've heard Jia I think gets translated to family. Shu gets translated to flower, Wang unsure, and Shi. I'm not sure if it's Shu or Shi. Look, if I had the opinion on it, I could see how to pronounce it better, but this can mean anything from 10 to... I don't know. It can mean a lot of things, and I'm not sure. You brought us all to prove that the answer indeed exists. Who's the woman next to her? She's my sister, big sister Yuan Shun. She married a very important person in Q Corp and spends most of her time there. It looks like she's visiting for the event. While I reside a long time in a foreign nest, I now return to living with shed of love with my flesh and blood. To fulfill my duties observed by the order of filial piety. Oh, we're back! We're back to the conversation about family. I return that truth should be observed to the best of my abilities. Some of you may walk a late path into it, so some of you may have struggled through an unlike brutal path of amounts a thousandfold to find your answers. Regardless of whether you're suffering, all of you equally have but one opportunity for the first round. Even so, your perspective has the great house, even your failures should bring power and prosperity to Daguan Yuan. Now come forth in the audio summon and demonstrate the invaluable answers to the question of the three freedoms, one from aging, one from death, and the perfect life. If the nature of your answer be indeterminable, present, ironclad proof, lose not and discard not. Let fresh youth be unending and eternal. No way, a reference to Diesi Honglu. Discard not. He's so powerful because he discard not. After respective speeches, Jia Yunshun and Jia Mu disappeared behind the curtains atop the platform. You just not what people want in this context, but okay. First candidate. It seemed that Honglu's father assumed the role of the host for the first round. Ren found Wang Ren, the first to be summoned, walked up to the platform. I knew it was his faction who were dragging someone by a rope towards the platform. Hurry up, foolish thing. Who are they dragging up the stage? Who does they clearly don't want to be here? Be free and aging from death now. I suppose they should just flick open a lighter. So every wing dreams of escaping and rising beyond the body they were born with. H-Corp pursuit of immortality probably isn't special in that regard. Oh, he did start smoking. He hath brought a blood bag. It's my first ever recognized the candidate dragged up the stage. The eyes focused red, mouth slick with drool dribbling down the mouth guard, meaningless snarling. That is a mindless blood bag. Has a blood fiend become an answer to immortality? In layman's eyes, blood fiends may appear to a truly trained to feed from aging. However, we all know blood fiends can grow old and weak after a long period of blood deprivation. This is unlikely to provide the answer they seek. Some sure the blood bag is drag clicking and growling past the curtains atop the platform. Is that creature the fabled blood fiend then? I doubt it'll do the job blood fiends would need quite the esoteric knowledge, but to the judges of this contest, I doubt they're any more than the form trivia. That Wang kid must have been pretty desperate, huh? He's as lazy as balls, that boy ain't right in the upstairs. And it appears the knowledge of blood fiends is oddly common amongst the silk. Indeed, blood fiends are present in every nest. It's a little surprised that those privy to arcane knowledge are well aware of their existence. I mean, yeah, if you're seeking immortality, the vampires are going to be like the most obvious thing you go to look for. After a brief moment that lasts less than a minute, Wang Ran and his faction emerged from behind the curtains and descended from the platform. Wang Ran can the family arc evaluation, stand upon the podium and await your judgment. Then they ascended around the podium and do what the platform ordered, thus announcing Wang Ran's results for round 1 of family hierarchy evaluations. Elimination. No! Listen, all they need is blood. As long as it's blood, then enough blood, they're eternal and everlasting. Venerable Jiao, move, please! Nay. What a waste is no eternity at all. Verily, I know not the shape of this true immortality evaluation seeking to attain, yet the longevity of a blood fiend shackled by blood and endless suffering is unlikely to be one. What but those damn hunters told me they still retain all their memories? Become blood fiends to surrender all the desires and emotions that exist within thy being for a singular hunger for blood, only blood. Perhaps in a cannibal condition with those who expect nothing but fathomless torment for the rest of their lives. Yet for those with much to lose, with much in life they cling to, onto as those prisons seem to, the fate of a blood fiend is no freedom from aging and death, sanguine shackled to enslave their minds. Never rebellion's faction has given up an excellent reply. No further elaboration is necessary. If you had to bring us a high kindred, let alone blood fiend at all, this creature's put a miserable blood bag. I cannot even well commend your efforts. That's true, he really just found the lowest rung. Here, Ren of the Wang family, they have spoken and masterly giving you the full explanation of your mistake. Privilege that failed candidates do not deserve must be the final blessing of your life. Ah! Oh! Volumes really under their feet, casting Wang Ren the blood fiends to the depths with a blood-clotting sleech. That's what's happened when you fail to pass. That's just a dramatic effect, right? There's gotta be like a side path leading back upstairs. Of course not, can't you smell the stench of festering pain rising up from heat like the depths? Why is she smiling? No, I know precisely why she's smiling, but still. Ah, Raisha, you've been honing your sense of humour, huh? Those are pretty nasty jokes, though. What's that holy? Judging by the time the drop and sound of the fall leg, I presume it goes quite far down. It probably leads to a place with all family secrets. Oh, not Trisha, of course, but trying to figure out that out might get you a visit from Hey, sure, presumably. They all went out with the theatrics, huh? Yeah, we were all screaming falling down the hole later. This candidate was some before you even able to shake the initial shock. Second candidate hails from the Zhu family. Sat through a few more names of subsequent failures. You can hear what they're talking about behind the curtains, and unlike the very loud and obvious blood bag, the answers of the candidates brought were less obvious, so we had to go on with the shackles of their desperate attempts to explain things for the judges. Another one? Bah, it means boring as hell. The longer we watched the death roll ties, the less shocking it became. Are they planning to fail everyone? 8th candidate, Bao Chu of the Zhu family. Look, we know her. She's technically a competition, but it seems we managed to give the sinners quite a positive impression with yesterday's brief encounter. Some of them were even cheering her on. You can see what exactly Zhu Baochai brought. She looked holding something as she entered past the curtains. Baochai of the Zhu family. A freedom judges which going better shadow cast in the curtains appeared to have gone better than we expected. She emerged. As soon as she did, Baochai immediately turned in our direction, Honglu to be exact. Wow, Bao Yu, you're watching me? And began excitedly waving her hand. She passes. Podium beneath her remained shut. Passing that she may have been, yet I ill wish to see a familiar face be claimed by the abyss. Thus, I am glad. 7th candidate, Jia Shihun of the Jia family. It's Yushin-san. She ascends the podium. She held in her hands a tightly sealed gourd bottle.
비로소
Looks
얻었나
like she
보네.
found it. She found the water from the room she saw in Don Quixote's memories back then. Impossible. She reached leave?
정말
The
그곳에
possibility she actually reached there
가능성.
in person is infinitely minuscule.
물론
There's
천문학적
infinite.
확률을 뚫고
There is
있어
an infinitesimal
그
statistical
강까지
possibility she could have reached the river, yet not even fast can we
부정하진
conceive some of her capabilities could reach the
저들의
fountainhead of one of the
영향으로 이
deepest
작은
fathoms.
시간 동안
Oh,
가장
that's an
깊은 곳 중
interesting
한 곳의
point.
원료에 도달한다는 것은
So that's hinting that
파우스트로사도
it's sort of like a subconscious. What is this? Fucking Memento. The wrong game. Wrong game for that. We're not going to Memento. We will not be grinding out money. We do not need money to get our personas up. That's the wrong game. Wrong game. Fathoms. This becomes even more possible when considering the relatively short passage of time since then and now. The more likely explanation might should attain the waters by collecting its due or a portion of what is seeked out. Alas, that water's surface only but slumber in one's memories. Pray, does it truly hold a link to the immortality they seek? Yes, it is like the to the immortality of the mind they pursue. As there are but an infinitely small number of people privy to knowledge of the rivers, if the contents of the bottle are genuine, Faust expects it to pass. Teaching of the Jar family passes. You have brought for us a priceless treasure. It must have taken unparalleled efforts to attain, thus given the meager size of your clan. Thank you, big sister, Yuan Shun. As fast as expected, all three judges appeared quite satisfied by what Jar Shun bought for them. Right. Right. N-Corp. N-Corp?
따라갈 준비는 끝났습니다.
Uh-oh.
그 다음
Well, 59 of MD finally leave, truly.
참가자.
Next 18 candidates. But yeah, just how many people?
이 집안 사람들.
One of the Jar family. First meeting. Oh, Jesus Christ! They've got ego! Oh, okay, so that's, the shoots. And then that's, whatchamacallit. It's the funny spiral. Spiral of contempt. Holy shit. They pulled out the damn ego gear. Doesn't mean that man's less than alcohol. I have a strong feeling another one was going to do anything to improve that. Jochen walked up the platform. We all fell silent hearing a familiar name. Bastard. Got some of the Sims growing tense, some of them even gritting their teeth. And the man close following Jochen, holding something like the egg around man, who was also a familiar face. I've seen him many times in using memories. Dente, are you seeing what they're wearing? Ego gears. That's not... No, you've said that wrong. It's ego gear, not ego gears. Come on. Get it right. It's not sheeps, it's sheep. It can be stipulated that they've either developed their own method of extraction or salvaging from the Lottie Corp. Obo carries appear what to be an egg abnormality. Are they planning to just offer them an abnormality egg? Hasn't answered anything. Well, there is room for interpretation. Some may reasonably present a reasonably argued interpretation that abnormalities are entities that neighbor immortality. So the linchpin of their success hinges on which abnormality's egg that ends up being. It's big brother Jahun. I know he's never going to risk his life for something he thinks will fail. One of the Jah family passed the first evaluation. The most I wish is hard. Are we going to have to fight people in ego, like proper ego gear? Because that's going to be terrifying. That's first. Mysterious coffin. Wild hunt. Thick book. We seen one then. Much less for some sense, dreaming the mysterious abyss. But I didn't watch the candidates come go. We've been able to thankfully approached us. It's early for the twilight to arrive. This is too early as this meeting of ours. It's proved his own words back at the LC. He's come to accept certain things there. You send coolly regards his own friend who is now working for N-Corp. You must find the small and barren respite of yours quite enjoyable. I've not seen you jest as you do now since the League fell. What now do you approach me? The rift is too great to chat around with any affection to speak of. Okay, him getting Deschutes is quite funny because his entire character... It's fitting. Because his entire character is about sort of cannibalizing the efforts of his peers to raise himself up. So it's quite fitting that he's got the ego gear of the person who can only do things by shooting those around him. That's quite fitting. I do actually like that as a nice touch on what his character is. Like, they've gotten the traitorous egos, so to speak. So it's actually quite a nice touch that... Like, yeah, he's got the betrayal ego stuff. Isang has... I mean... Yeah, he's also got a gun ego, but I don't think it's relevant to his character, yeah, but it's not relevant in the comparison. I didn't say approaching my teammates simply wished to have a look at his brother's face, and I thought I may as well see how you're faring. So everyone's come back to Dagwanya, and now the family hierarchy war started, brother. This is first meeting since then, right? Has the Dolch fool his eyes, but knows how not to see. I know you well enough. You'd normally top up with diversion upon hearing the mention of the word hierarch, so why are you here? Who are you and your sticky entourage working for this time? Is that why does he have why does everyone have red eyes? Couldn't we have somebody with normal eyes for once? Is that Jugo, blinded by your looks, the revolting rot within? Is it Jichin who still defends your meanings, foul profound spiel, deluding I believe that you're still the same boy from our childhood? Why didn't you save him? Now let me ask you a different question. Why did you save her and only her, Jiabao Yu? Brother. Humans die, it's what they're born to do. Next candidate will judge soon, candidates must return to their seats. You're a servant, you're barely even a living thing. Let's return, this discord will not bear any fruit. What's this, a reunion party? Just that Sal's things. Those shameless bastards obviously they're here to nick our things again. Maybe, but something about them feels different today. Whichever is the case, save for us will be to place higher than them. Another one falls. They're gonna get second, aren't they? His family has to be watching this, right? I wonder if they'll be okay. His grandmother's watching another candidate fall down the trapdoor. I can't imagine how anyone would be okay watching their own fall, like Sinclair, the people sitting behind us, they're his parents, the guy who just fell. Because that failure is own somewhat of a pathetic disappointment. Don't worry, I still have faith in that third child. I mean, it's not like we expect anything from this one, right? At least see what it means to dedicate your whole life to the family hierarchy. Many people desperately vie for the seat of family hierarchy. Of course, some of them, like his parents, hope to have their friend or a close blood relative become the family hierarch instead. Seek to receive a lifetime's worth of riches, power, and recognition by planting someone they can control the family hierarchy without becoming one themselves. That kind's got a low shelf life. I finally got to know how my long lost siblings are doing thanks to this unforeseen opportunity. 27th candidate, Pan of the Zhu family. Whoa! I clicked too fast by that. Dude, I never heard that name before. As big as Bao Shai's older brother. Who the fuck are you and why do you have talismans? You're not supposed to have those. Shupan walked to the platform holding onto his large child with multiple talismans passes over. It's just me, that guy looked like he's totally up to something. To be honest, who here isn't? Yeah, but that sort's different. He's sitting the platform and curtains. He walked up to the podium. Nate looks to me he's completely lost the plot. And at Zupan, you'll center platform and the curtain threshold. What's fun in walking down the straightforward road? Certainly right, some expressions should be shared with everyone, wouldn't you agree? There's the jar on the ground. Oh, it's this guy! From the desiccated Hanimas. Pathetic sorcerer's trickery. Freshly mustard with palpable taste. Why see, what the heck is that? Corpses, their desiccated flesh covered in a light sparse layer of old papers crawled out of the jar and began to shamble. They're neither distortions nor abnormalities. The behavior reminds you of blood bags, sub-entities enslaved by abnormalities. Any semblance of consciousness has been stripped from them, they'll attack them all. Indiscriminately, but it seems they're just intent on maiming and killing whoever they can get their hands on. Exactly, manager, must prepare for battle. Your orders? Oh, he's immortality. Dante's immortality. The jar monster stepped on the audience, stuffing the struggling, still breathing victims into their jars. I'm the one who's doing it. Still event hosted by a wing, isn't it? There's no rule in the family hierarchy that prohibits in bringing harm to other people. Just gonna sit back and twiddle thumbs? Can nobody specifically hold and step in? How? What the hell? What do we do now? Should we step in? We should probably survive and ensure our safe participation in the family hierarchy. What the hell are these? Get away from me! Those monsters swarmed some candidates around scared away, while some stood in the ground and fought back. Those who didn't either were the only ones getting slaughtered. I was simply reminded of Sard and the confident smile she flashed because she assured us that we should be able to pass the first round with little or no trouble. It's like we have no choice but to take them down. Yeah, it's the point that some of the sinners are going to die, and it'll be, look at Dante, he can bring people back. Right, let's take a look at these people. Harv, okay. Okay, so they're just sort of like, I mean, they're talismans that Talisman Sinclair uses, basically. I'm assuming. Oh, what? 4 unbreakable coins! You've got to be fucking kidding me. Uh-oh. Poison? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Things have taken a severe downward spiral. What do you mean poison? You're not allowed to use that. How much damage? Oh no! Oh. Wow. Fuck me. Right, cool.
행동을
Good to know.
개시합니다.
That's what we're dealing with here. Oh, that's cool. Did you just hear the... It's the... Hold on, do you actually get the music of what's going on here? Yeah. You could hear the... It's the leitmotif of Limbus Company. That's a nice touch.
할 순 없겠군요. 설마 알고 맞게 하진 않았어.
Oh yeah, okay, there is 3 types of enemies here. I wonder why we got the leitmotif of Limbus Company in there. Whatever reason we did, it's pretty cool. Okay, uh-oh, Hong Lu's staggered. Right, looks like we're pulling out another ego.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
Okay, we can stagger that thing, that's good.
모두가 너를 잊어도 반드시 되찾을 거다.
It's hidden in most battle tracks. Oh, I've not noticed it in many. The only ones I've ever noticed it properly are like the Wild Hunt after Virgilius appears.
간당 목숨줄만 붙어 있군.
I trust in EAM to cook. They cooked in the last Canto. They can cook again. I trust.
소감자들로 효율적인
I have faith.
명령하시겠지요.
Yeah.
해보겠습니다.
That is a stupid number of coins for an enemy to have. I can see precisely how this is going to go for us, and I don't quite like it, actually.
아름답진 않네.
Okay, he's dead at least. Unbreakable coins and rupture, truly just what we wanted.
얼간이들이 흥겨워하는군. 대체로 저럴 때는 이유가 있는 법입니다. 이유를 잡아 쫓아보시죠.
Right.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Who the hell just healed? Oh, Gregor.
여행엔 목적이 있었지.
So how many of these things do we have to kill before they just bleed us to death? The sinners aren't exactly renowned for being survivable.
골치 아픈 것들이
How many more?
조각이 되었군요.
Ah, that's great. Thank you. Thank you, Limbus Company. Just how many more enemies I wanted to see. Jesus Christ. Give me a break, please.
그래. 그렇게 시원하게 처리하니
Oh, wow. Okay, there goes Faust. Oh, wow, there goes Ryoshu. How fun.
하는
재밌는 순간이
답답한 법이지. 밖에서 맡고 있는 꼴을 보니 그다지 유쾌하진 않군. 관리자, 수감자를
Why
무방비하게
do you have 2
만들지
egos?
마십시오.
You shouldn't have that. Right, we'll unequip that after this, because he really... I mean, it doesn't really do anything. I can't use it, but still. He shouldn't have it. Okay. Looks like we're... I'm not going to say anything, because if I say it looks like we're surviving, we're going to instantly die. I know how these things work.
제가 해낸 거 맞죠?
Okay, we staggered them, thankfully.
수감자를 고기 조각으로
Hello there, Ishmael. You leveled up?
그러니까
You're leveled up.
부탁드려요.
No, you're not leveled up.
예술이
Okay.
뭔지 보여주지.
시계를 돌리는 일에 너무 익숙해진 것 아닙니까?
That is a stupidly high... it's not that high rolling, I suppose.
늘 새롭다니까요.
I mean, if this is the benchmark we're setting, where just standard-ass story enemies can get given 4 unbreakable coins, I am dreading. I am dreading. Like, that's a bad flaw. That's a bad flaw to be setting. Okay, fucking kill him. Kill him, Ishmael. Kill him.
관리자,
Thank you, Ishmael.
수감자를 무방비하게 만들지 마십시오.
Yeah, no, that fills me with dread, actually. Thank you. Please don't do that again.
관리자님의 99% 명령과 1%의 제
This is
실력이
dealing most
합쳐진
damage?
결과였습니다.
The thump. Wow! We're pulling out the full rogues gallery now. Ah, right, cool. I'll fuck more of them.
위에서 당신을 관리자로 정한
Great,
뒤에
thank you. Once wasn't enough?
이유가 있겠지.
적들을 제거하겠소.
기대하고 있겠습니다. 단테.
The more dead an enemy is, the more dangerous they get. Well, that's problematic for us considering we're not very good at killing enemies. Win the fucking clash! Thank you. All it takes is shouting at a sinner and they'll actually start winning. What do you know?
관리자로 정한 데에는 합당한 이유가 있겠지.
해보겠습니다.
기대하고 있겠습니다.
I mean, there's no point strategically applying skills. It is a case of win the clash. Go, my sinner, win the clash.
전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요. 단테.
제가 해낸 건 맞죠?
적합한 조치였습니다.
That's a stupid amount of damage. Wait, so were you not actually going to fight the thumb? I was expecting the thumb.
그렇게 했을 테지. 이만하면 훌륭하군요.
But bro really thinks they're invited to the thumb. What's going on here? Neutral on that attack? Really? Are you sure that's neutral? Oh. Yeah, no, fuck that. You can die.
해보기는
Thank you.
할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
Yeah, fuck off and die. Thank you. I know statistically they should only ever hit half of those coins, but statistics have fucked me before. For example, the 5% chance that we all know about, so I don't think I'm going to be taking any chances on that, actually, thank you. I think I'd prefer to just fucking kill him.
죄다 죽상이지.
Oh, struggling! Wow, thank you, that's precisely what I wanted to see. Yep, just evade that. I think I just saw Hong Lu's life flash before his eyes.
상정요의
Yep,
공격이었으니
that's what I saw.
이것까지 당신 탓을 할 순 없겠군요.
Bye fucking bye, Hong Lu.
알고 맞게 하진 않았을 테니. 지금 시계를 돌리기엔 촉박할 테니 다른 수를 생각해야 할 겁니다, 관리자.
I can't use hex now because it's not actually an ego I have. I shouldn't have it. Oh, bye bye, Yusang.
좋은 전략입니다.
Bye bye, whoever just died. I get the feeling I'm gonna have to level up some more IDs at this point. Okay, one stagger. The poison is honestly less problematic than I thought it would be. Watch him take about 10 damage now. Not 10, I meant 100. Oh wow, we're already onto Ishmael. Right, that's a good sign. It's always good when the highest you can get an attack is favored, which means if you, like, choke at all, that's it, bye-bye. Say goodbye to your sinners. That is my fault. I am doing this with the base ID. But, like, shh. Please kill him. Thank you. That is an insane attack, by the way. 4 unbreakable coins on just a normal enemy. Can you imagine how horrifying that's going to be? Oh, sure. Yeah. Just break another one out. Who entered the battle? Dawn. Right. Fuck it, yeah. Why not? It's not like I was using that sinner or anything, you know?
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Thank you for winning the fucking clash, Ishmael. Email. Thank you, email. Bye-bye, Ishmael. Oh, bye-bye, Sinclair. That was so fucking easy. How did you lose that one? How did you fucking lose that one? Otis, I spend my entire time saying how good of an ID you are, and you just fucking fail.
창의적인 발상이군. 그래도 가급적
Oh god, all the poison.
떠올리진 않았으면 좋겠는데.
Hey, could you... Yeah,
해보겠습니다.
maybe just kill him, actually. Thank you, if you would. Bye-bye, Otis. Please don't stagger Sinclair, thank you. Please don't stagger her, thank you.
제가 해낸 거 맞죠?
This is fine. They're gonna die now. Okay, at least one of them is dead, one of them's low HP.
파우스트가 알아요.
Great. Okay,
해냈어요.
now Sinclair. Okay, there's two left. We're on to Rhodia, which is fine. We've got so many of them, we are going to overwhelm them with sheer numbers.
존경하는 관리자님 고생은 본인이 다
Bye-bye, Sinclair. Just fucking kill them, please. Thank you.
맛있는 거 준비해줘, 단테. 겨우 이 정도야.
Wow, Rhodia locked in to deal a grand total of 21 damage.
승리했어.
Oh, we're so fucked. We're so fucked. We are so fucked. Oh god. Right. Cool. Right. Okay. Many audience seats have fled as their seats were once brimming with people only half filled, and the candidate zone down here was littered with bodies of candidates who were mauled to death. Meanwhile, the jar monsters, having eaten their fill, had already crawled back into the jar. I looked around, then saw some candidates still holding tightly onto the treasures they had that they brought to contest, even as they drew their last breaths. In the midst of all the destruction stood the cause of this chaos, watching the slaughter play out with assured confidence. Yeah, they're fucking insane. How will you attain freedom from aging? How will you argue freedom death? With minds so dull and bodies so frail? What say you, judges? I present before you not only the clue to immortality, but also treasure bringing ruin to those who dare deceive you. Here's my answer to the perennial question. So you have brought us the clay of the jar. Could be said that those within failed to survive do not qualify as family hierarchy candidates, yes? Hand of the Jew family passes. He gets to pass when you almost got everyone in here killed. Oh, shut your mouth, Gregor. That saved us a lot of time here waiting. I don't want to read everyone. All that matters is he brought meets their standards. So we managed to get 2 birds on the stone. He eliminated the distracting rabble from the competition. Surrounded that bastard around, so you better let me take more than a few swings at him. Foreshadowing is a literary device. 28th candidate. She does end from the She family. But no one walked up the platform. As he just fell to his ear, he's eliminated by default. Jiasheng thought a few more names thereafter, but 29th candidate, 30th candidate, number of candidates has clearly been called, but none appeared. Disappointingly. Oh, media bunch. Okay. The leftovers are exhausted. Ryoshi looked around as if she were doing some sort of critique. Hi, that lug? Oh! That's actually a member of the Thumb. Oh no! That mother hell around here. Well, I'll be. I thought you were gonna vanish into the earth. What the hell are you doing clowning around here? He's got a This is fucking Jetstream Sam! A fucking Brazilian guy over here. Jesus Christ! I was expecting. He's actually got a. He's got a revolver. I've got a revolver. He's got a revolver sheath. That's really cool. It's actually Mr. fucking Jetstream Sam himself. Damn! Gonna fucking double jump over us. Holy shit! And he's got revolver bullets on his way. That's really cool, actually. I like that. His cigar isn't in his mouth, by the way. He is so powerful. He is so powerful. The cigar simply levitates in front of his mouth. Would you look at that, ladies and gentlemen? Would you look at that? That is power. The sheer aura of this man keeps the cigar in place. No augments, just aura. So you're giving the evil eye. At least have the decency to say hi, eh? Right, that guy's talking to you, right? Red eyes as well. Red eyes display raw emotion. I realize she's anxious and furious. Oh, do you know him? When I split unit, bloke's got to be at least 2 meters tall. You can look at that man, Dante, and everyone avert your eyes as well. They strongly recommended that we not say a word to him. It's actually Jetstream Sam. It's like Shrimp's got a first rank from Teensy Brancio. It's got to think real hard about whether you even come close to my rank before running your mouth, you hear? That shithead Lei Hang, he's a finger. The thumb is a syndicate with strict adherence to rigid hierarchical structure even amongst the fingers. And his placement in the hierarchy is even at the highest rank I could pose. His rank is immediately beneath the position of Sotto Capo or underboss. Stop making me speak other languages, please. A small mistake drags in the battle we do not want to fight. Please order everyone to not say a word, Dante. I don't know what's going on, but I get it. You're saying that's close to having another Ricardo hunting us down, right? Yeah, let's avoid that. Do as fast as everyone. Lei Hang begins stumping his way through the car towards casually but forcefully shoving anyone to the sides. His gait was blasé and brutish, but I noticed his eyes were fixed intently on Ryoshu. It seems amongst the crowd there are some people in high positions as well, but if they averted their eyes or voluntarily got out of his way. He marched confidently throughout the frozen crowd, so he was familiar with this kind of reception, until a cry rang out from the crowd. You there, you big brute, how dare you block— Oh, he's about to die. He's about to get asked which hand is his main one. You deny your life its purpose. Called it. To reply, we had a blasted gunpowder and saw the right arm of the— He actually did the Jetstream Sam! He actually did the Jetstream Sam! Will you look at that? He did it! He did a reference! He had a blasted gunpowder, saw the right arm of the man who spoke out, catapulted into the air. That is actually a Jetstream Sam reference. Damn. Ah. Mocked this later. Shows grand hand on it. Oh no, never mind. Then with the son of wet meat ripped the entire length of the man's tongue out through the mouth. You have me an arm now, mighty sir, but you should have kept the side of leash on your bel's door. One master of some prodigious house print in his right hand. Those clearly he was utterly terrified. Lei Hang proceeded to grab his arm, bring it off. It's like snapping a twig. Using it by seeing a friendly face put me in a good mood. Anyway, I don't reckon Mr. Spider's house. I can't imagine why anyone good means he would use too whenever I go swing by. Okay, that's a reference. It's the reason why she keeps getting spider egos as well, presumably. Raishu is Raiden. Yeah, apparently. Guess we catch up to us. I just look like a real good... Right, like back when... Won't mind the best out of them all. I thought I'd tell you how to make every cut real fucking delicious. Raishu, now is not yet the time. First inspiration, a low voice without raising her head. Shut up for a damn second. First trust you still remember the poison you made play through your employment. Get that stick out of it. You're behind, kiddo. I ain't here to pick you up. I sure as I ain't trying to teach you a lesson back. Lesson either, like back when. Your baby's still at the house, ain't that right? Foreshadowing is a literary device. Raishu's grabbing the head of her sword like she was about to unsheath it. Oh god! Same should you refuse to unsheath for the duration of her entire journey. Am I wrong about that? Just what in tarnation happened then? I ain't exactly nose deep in them fellas' business, you gotta understand. It's something sure as hell went down though, didn't it? Yeah, he's supposed to be like a American Italian, right? Because the thumb is the mafia. Raishu's a mum. That's the entire plot of Hellscreen, basically. You know, that's something. So you're really fixing to unsheath that blade, Miss Ryoshu. And quietly holds her voice fast calls Ryoshu's name. Ryoshu. Oh, that was English there! That was brilliant! I wasn't that caught me by surprise there. Peak character. I love him. I need a gun sword too now. Sheer aura. The sheer aura of that man. I don't know who he is relevant to Hellscreen, but Jetstream Sam is canon to the Project Moon universe. This one stops the lookout again, spinning voice forever, and the entire halls it loudly and boisterously answers the call. He's a fucking American. Gotta be here for the family hierarch war. Right. Anyway, that just confirms that Sinclair X Ryoshu is in fact what the canon. Anyway, the outcome of the family hierarchy evaluation determines the immediately foreseeable future of the H-Corp, which brings party of varying, possibly clashing interests here. Hey, no, she didn't rush ahead this time. It's right, it's going to be like the time with the middle. Shh, I know a thing or two about the thumb from back from my syndicate days. About what happened in the middle, like I said, I have no bloody idea who those things belong to. Besides, that sod is more powerful and violent than Ricardo, an individual we encountered in the past. Some commence no manner of terror and violence unlike that in the middle. As well sharing our impressions as Lei Hang, I found Ryoshi frozen in place in the same position you'd been in when Lei Heng walked past us, spacing out all the way to the pinky, huh? Ryoshi muttered something to herself. So even further chaos was about to overtake the crowd and the candidates. 32nd candidate, Jia Zheng called upon the next candidate, and at the mere mention of that name, the chaos that swallowed the whole immediately settled into harsh silence. Oh, that guy. Oh, are they the stiletto guys? The ones that focus on speed? Or what are they called? Night owls? Are they night owls? Oh, there's people next to Jashu. I've never met them before. Oh, that must mean their big brother Jashu's answers to immortality. He collected them from the library. That's his answer to immortality, the light. I see. I see. They're pretty skilled in combat. Just constantly looking around like nervous. They are possibly they're survivors of the library. There we are. Survivors? The only ones who survive the impossible, inevitable odds and the insurmountable force. The only survivors who may be expanded that very force, possibly. They canonically survived that? Or is it the fact that they got brought back? Is that the survivors they mean? And it's true of the Jia family. Jia Chu didn't spend very much time behind the curtains. He walked out soon after. His steel expression had changed from when he entered it. This many rings true. They both survivors of the place that soared beyond the star of the city before it vanished. A shame they were unable to sell such an invitation then. He passes. Jia Chu's expression did not budge. Anxiety's got to be a foreign concept to that guy. Then that covers all the candidate scenes. First rank complete to all families who grace this hall. Excuse me! Unlike Jia Chu, his appearance plunged the hole into our stillness. Hung with sudden injection roused the room to a roaring chaos of confusion once again. Bao Yu, what? I think you might have missed a candidate. What do you mean? I believe we've caught every candidate present on the list. You missed me. Jia Bao Yu of the Jia family will be taking the family hierarchy evaluations. Right. So, they canonically survived then? Well, we know people get unbooked, but it's strange to call them survive. Okay, no, I was about to say all that talking just for more talking. Yeah, no, okay, that makes sense. I'm picking up what this. I'm picking up what the story's putting down. Isn't that a Jia Bao Yu? What's that? What's that doing here? Here, I thought the library wouldn't let you escape until you died. That's not true. For example, what's it called? Lulu. Lulu's a pretty good example of somebody who leaves the library and comes back. The reason why they're probably considered survivors is because they would have run, and then because they're only, whatchamacallit, general receptions, they weren't needed for the one true book, therefore didn't get booked again. That's my guess. That's my guess. But yeah. What's that doing here? That's not correct translation. That's gonna happen, but we really kick the hornet's nest, huh? Hark, one and all, gaze upon our glory. In the 11th hour doth the final band of heroes arise. You sang, don't pretend you're not with us. At least give us the audience a wave. Guys, I don't think they're taking the announcement too well. A large portion of the audience is vociferously expressing their collective confusion, wrath, and concern. These emotions are expressed by the jaws that have been opened past a certain degree. As Maso observes, I realized that chaos wasn't restricted to the audience, the candidates were starting to get agitated too. And there he is, the disgusting, duplicitous bastard who brings annihilation to everyone around him with that silly, innocent smile. Oh, what's going on? I thought Bao Yu wasn't participating in the hierarchy war. That dumbass. Shut your... I don't know. Explain yourself now. Misad told me to grab onto your sword like my life depended on you said that exact phrase. What's sync? It's... I don't know. Silence, young naive child? I mean, can't we just... She mentioned you cheekily. She told me that if you ever said something, can't we just give him a good beating and be done with it? Now, what a throwback. Decorum, I demand decorum. I didn't meant risk having your body marred. Withdraw your name, it isn't too late now. I'm heading in, father. 33rd candidate, Bao Yu of the Jia family. Come forth. Ready, Dante? I don't know. And what about you, Ryoshi? I'm itching to get shopping. Need to vent this shitty feeling. Are you sure going to be a fast? She's going to kill him, he's going to bring her back. There's the answer to immortality. This is something we must do in regards to the soundness of its participants. Aspect certainly. I still quite detest this plan. To be honest, sir, any of us actually have to go through this? Okay, I guess there's the one. Only Ryoshi walked up to the platform. There's so much larger, grander, and more imposing than I thought it would be. Into the fabric threshold. Once walked by the customers, we instructed we saw Jashu and Jiamu and Jiazheng waiting for us inside. I know not what in your life beyond the hedges could have wrought this change of heart. So you aspire to see the hierarchies indeed to sight most curious. It's been a while, big sister. Has life in Q Corp been treating you well? I've seen and learnt much. As you must have, Bao Yu. Now I see your true reason for returning home today. I'm sorry, grandmother, I thought better than this, but it's common knowledge. So you did. Now you've revealed your intent, withdrawal is no longer an option. Very well, present the answer who brought me here today. I'm sure it is certainly many people standing in the same place as I am now explained to you as what they thought they'd brought. So I suppose you would much prefer they give you a straightforward visual demonstration than to make you sit through another 1,000-word lecture. Honglu gave Ryushu a nod. Yes, I'm okay.
저희가 그들에게
Our answer
보여줄
that
수 있는 답은
we may be able to demonstrate before them
반드시 힘,
is resurrection via Dante's
언제든
power to show
살아날 수
them
있는
that to us death is but a temporary
그
setback,
자체이고 그걸
and the most dramatic demonstration that ability would be too. Wow. Okay. Damn. Gave him the... whatchamacallit, what was that person that we killed? Well, that we saw die in Canto 4? Canto 4?
그래.
Indeed, you have suddenly demonstrated something. You truly part of the day, Bao Yu. I see, so the most effective way to do it would be to get killed in front of them. Then in front of Yuri at that.
그렇습니다.
Yes. Then does that mean one of us should make sure Honglu no longer lives? Oh, I no need to beat around the bush. Remember what we did to each other when we first met? And Heathcliff, is the implication that you are still willing to murder Honglu without hesitation? Murder, mate, did you really have to put it like that? Verily, I do not wish her to put good companions more than I already have.
다행이라 해야 할지
Shrien,
모르겠지만
thank you. It may be a stretch to say it is fortunate, however, we seem to have an individual among us, so maybe I'd carry the task in the most painless, swift, and unburdened manner. Everyone immediately wait, did that mean she took out a sword? Then cut him in half? We didn't look at... Oh, so how would you like to be cut? Where's that fucker Lei Heng? Who's he working with? Slicing Hong in half did nothing to distract Raish from her own thoughts. Yomi watched in silence, motionless in her seat, who split his brain in half. You have realized the end of the child life, not even life insurance to be able to bring it back now. Bao Yu? Well then, what will you do now? You have no means to restore the shade of the family. For your transgressions, you will... Clock. Spin it. And so it turned in one of the most high-intensity situations I've ever turned it. The muscle eyes, the nerves, the flesh of his bit all began to reconnect like rewinding videotape. Wait, why isn't this hurt at all? Francisco with the sword was no joke, it didn't even feel the slightest bit of discomfort. I doubt even Honglu realized he was dying. Bao Yu, I truly realized it had been a while since we've met. He's grown quite bold. I smell beasts. Dark shadows appeared outside the curtains around his room. What was happening? Bull, rooster, dragon, monkey. The Heishuo are here. Us will find the answer for freedom in aging and death, not to break a taboo and precipitate the destruction of our home. It's not long since the family that once led H cult was brought to ruin, nor no arbiter nor court should ravish the family of Hongman again. Jia Yanshu appeared ready to man the Heishuo to kill us all, but Jiamu moved silenced with a wave of her hand. You will wait. Vulnerable Jiamu. Once the resurrection is complete, the head will must ends before they... Oh, okay, so that's... The taboo is literal resurrection. Yeah, right. Oh, for one moment. Your action judgment is to judging completely. I wish not to lose either our treasure and the clue to immortality. And Honglu was whole once again. Ah, thank you, Raishu. It really didn't hurt at all. And you too, Dante. No problem. Grandmother, big sister Yanshun, do you see that? This is the immortality I found. Are we safe? If aught be owed, a swift vengeance shall arrive in time. It is simply yet to return. Bushibu, not sure. I should know how to say those, but I can't. Right. Jamu's quiet utterance seems to dissipate the forces that surround us outside the curtains. Bao Yu in the first round of family hierarchy evaluations, you pass. Bao Yu of the Jia family passes. What trickery is this? I thought it was on some sightseeing tour away from Hong Yun like a jobless rich kid. When he even managed to find his own answer? Thus ends the first round. Those who pass must prepare for the second round set to commence tomorrow. Round with candidates barred from Hong Yun on another between now and the commencement of the second round of evaluations. Do one and only rule. Thus remember it well. Anyone who dare break it is immediately disqualified. That is all. As soon as Zhao Zhang announced the end of the first round, everyone in the audience seats began rushing towards the first floor. Being mixed up the crowd is probably not a great idea. Let's get out of here. Indeed. Let us immediately return to Honglu's room. I decided to slip out of here, but the curious crowd swept us away. Half-Rooster turned to leave. So Jia Chu and Appa. Oh, big brother Chu, congratulations on passing the first round. I hear that you passed well as well, young master. Congratulations are in order, it seems. How's it you, young master, has not shown an inkling of ambition towards the seat of the hierarchy, suddenly emerges one of its candidates positively stealing the show. Well, you know, sometimes people get swept up by random surge of ambition. Wasn't that surge of ambition your company's and not young master Bao Yu's? Well, if our last meeting didn't confirm it, it sure seems like they know us well. Have we not impressed upon you that Have we not impressed upon you enough that we're nice to remain within the borders? Instead he sparks such disorder at the fringes of the perimeter. I thought only his role in design would be played as a pawn by Joshua, no more. My lord, perhaps you've overestimated this young master. Are you still of belief that inaction is a path without consequences? I didn't even get to see hello to you earlier, brother Chu. Bao Yu of the Jia family formally extends his greeting to you. Oh yeah, because he's supposed to be standing for Confucius, isn't he? So it's... I wonder what Honglu's philosophy is then. Because if it's in direct conflict with Confucius's ideals of ritual as a pathway towards and trying to re-bring back the old. So presumably he wants old H-Corp, I'm assuming, because that's Confucius's idealism. He wants to bring back the dynasty that happened before, because his Confucianism was basically the idea that people aren't born human; they have to progress towards being human by following ritual ceremony, and that heaven did exist on Earth, or an approximation of heaven, paradise, was the previous standing. So the mention earlier to old H-Corp, the H-Corp that was ravaged, presumably is a reference to an old dynasty. So I'm assuming this guy supports that, just from that. So it's also interesting to see that he's against Honglu's philosophy of inaction, because Confucianism's teachings were very much not of inaction. It was very much of, we need to act to bring back what was lost. But yeah. I realized it the first time we're meeting face to face since I reached adulthood. Speaking of which, did you manage to stitch Big Brother Yi Hua and Mr. Qing Tao's heads back onto their bodies? It was the first let out a flabbergasted gasp before the other sinners followed suit. I guess that's just how siblings Huang Yuan greet each other, huh? Seems that Miss Bao Chai was a particularly nice exception. Just a question that deserves no answer. You arrived here unexpected, yet ready to cast yourself in the flames for all the mere reason that your turn had come. If your mind hasn't changed, then it would have been wise to remain unseen and unnoticed as you had. Yes, thank you for your concern. This facade of wisdom of pensiveness worn upon your speech is truly intractable. Do I do that? Noticing Jia Chu's hand tied around his weapon, Ishmael quickly jumped in. Oh, in case you forgot, there's a rule when the candidates have passed the first round for killing each other. Hopefully I'm not the only one who remembers that. If you're going to continue to bully us, don't be surprised if there are consequences. Oh, so you finished the preparations, right? The reinforcements are standing at the front gates. What reinforcement? Which is why I'm warning you that taking any rash acts prior to the start of the second round could result in a pointless skirmish for both of us. A loud boast from an illusory... That's... I quite like that. That Otis is making allusions to an imaginary army. That's very fitting. Loud boast from an illusory army in an empty fortress, though I believe that sheer might is hardly a quality one should want. Shh. I'm not intent on fighting you here. Jabba you will get great suffering by endeavoring to embrace beyond your abilities. If you still wish to challenge and be broken, then perhaps that outcome is simply meant to be. With that, they turned around and left. It seemed they were here to only give us a warning. What a relief. I thought we'd have to fight Jia Chu and his high shore pack. They did see right through us in the end, but hey, nice teamwork, Otis. What unbelievable impudence. Did you notice how they don't even glance at the rest of us through that entire exchange? Xu Baochai peeked out from her pillow before waking up to Honglu. You passed the first round. I'm so happy for you, Bao Yu. Seriously, what's going on here? I didn't even imagine in my wildest dreams that you'd be considering the family hierarch war. Congrats to you too, big sister Baochai, for passing the first round. Gathering that you hit it from me, you really didn't want anyone to know, right? Yeah, I imagine that must have kicked quite the rockets with everyone. Now I'm starting to feel kind of bad about this. Somehow we ended up lying to everyone. Hey, don't beat yourself up over it. Own it instead. It's all the same to you then. I want to say I'm so happy you decided to take part. I saw that you might have already left Dan Guanyan so far, far away from me again by the time I was finished with the family hierarch war. That would have been too bad. So I'm glad we got to spend more time together, even as contestants. Don't forget to say hello and give me a wave if you ever run into each other, okay? Xu Baochai left us to rejoin our faction, waving sweetly she did so. Jesus Christ, more talking! You've returned, young master. Yep, good evening, Jiren. Jiren bowed wordlessly in the same detached coldness we sensed earlier. She did not seem all excited about her master's success today, nor did she appear to be concerned about her. The letters arrived for you, young Master Bao Yu. You didn't even try to hide the fact that the envelope was tampered with, did you? My responsibility was to deliver the letter. Protect his integrity was not one of my obligations. Honglu, are you sure she's your maidservant? It's okay. She's not wrong. Jiren, can I ask something? Geraldine promised to play a rock-tossing game with me, but I can't find him anywhere. That's, let's see, how many numbers have you learned so far, young master? Jiren and I learned up to 10. Then you'll be back after 100 nights sleeps. So that's the lie they tell Honglu whenever somebody dies. It's 100 sleeps until they come back. Sleep 10 nights, 10 times, then that's 100 nights. Oh, that's so cool, Jiren, you're so smart. Oh, it's nothing, it's something we'll learn growing up. Jiren, I slept 10 times, 10 nights, but I still don't know where Zhao Ling's gone. Did I say that young Master Jialing was to return? He said he'd be back after 100 nights. Oh, 100 nights is hardly enough, young Master. It will take at least 1,000 nights, given what they did to him. I see. You're smart as always, Jiren. Master, it's been years, but young Master Jialing's body is still decaying. He has lost control over half his body. You asked who's fed the ballistas I sent him? It's so late that ballistas were useless, young Master. K-Rich's brain, I have heard the other servants gossip it's impossible to recover from such a wound. Bodies... Sorry, click past that. The body is functionally dead. Death would be preferable, in fact, so give up your naive hope and forget about him. You're always so smart, Jiren. I now read the letter, Executive Manager. Alright, yeah. So they're pondering. Otis walked up to the front with the letter in hand. It's from manager sword. Oh, everyone, how do you manage to pass the first round? I wrote this letter before I had the news, actually. You wouldn't even be reading this letter if you hadn't passed. Great. The heck? Let's save the celebration for later. The real game starts in round 2. Other candidates must have been making alliances, strategies, sharing information about the next round. Meanwhile, you guys stumbled around, nameless and alone before returning your lodging. And here you are now, reading my letter. Is she watching us from somewhere? But not to worry, if your team specifically, round 2 doesn't require much strategizing. It'll be messy and continuous battle after battle. It's a battle on, as you always do. Huh? It's what you do best, right? Hold on. I'd like to go in more detail on this letter, but I'm sure this letter will be, and has been, most likely, intercepted by someone from other candidates' plans and coalitions. So in order for you to attain your objective, you have to rely on what you've learned and gained so far, your intuition and fearlessness. Like I said earlier, but we have but one purpose. The textual clue suggests the one purpose implied to be come in second place and obtain the gold bow. That writes everything up? Oh, one last thing. Shameless curs who have rested their eyes upon the contents of the letter without authorization shall be struck down with the curse of misfortune that lost generational generations. Ne'er shall they ever be successful in any endeavor, regardless of nature. The bottom part of the letter has been torn off, huh? What a way to end a letter. So does anyone know what to expect in round 2? That letter really didn't help with anything at all. If you had to learn the exact rules inside and hear from the organizers themselves. It's likely that some forces have already their eyes and ears on us. Executive Manager, there is someone by the door. Right on cue, eh? I don't think that's what it is. Damn it, you grab your weapons, prepare for bat. Try to rush, the person at the door was none other than Jashifun. She wore an expression that we're going quite familiar with by now, an interesting combination of annoyance and disappointment. Why do I ever expect anything better from you anymore? You're just opening your front door to anyone without even checking your knock, just like that? Oh, I thought you were done talking with. Yeah, we can be really heedless from time to time. But I don't think anyone's intending to kill us, but has decency to stand and hesitate in front of my front door, wondering if she should knock or not. Earlier in round 1, you had yourself killed in front of Jiamu and Big Sister Yanshun, didn't you? And you revived yourself in front of them too, I presume. Right. Why even go that far, huh? What's going into you, brother? Family higher up? Really? Why now all of a sudden? I can tell just from that look on your face that you couldn't care less about becoming some family higher up. Is that really it? They told you to do it? Juchun, imagine for the sake of it. What if, like, our actual goal isn't to come in first place? Do you seriously expect me to believe that? Totally. Heck, I wouldn't buy that either. Anyways, I'm not here to ally or play with you. I'm never ever doing anything like that with you again, brother. It'll be nighttime soon, you know, and your room's always been so dark that you barely let so much of a ray of moonlight in. Seems like she's wanting to be visits by some uninvited guests soon. Yeah, I know where the Lingyu, a sudden unforeseen variable, spend the night in peace. But didn't they warn us earlier that around 2 candidates prohibited from hurting each other? I see, the only thing that matters is the exact wording of the law, not the spirit of it. Right, they won't intervene so long as a candidate's not trying to kill a fellow candidate, literally with their own hands. So don't trust anyone, even your maidservants. Thanks for coming here in person, Shushin. Tomorrow we'll really be enemies. I know it's too late to change anything, but tomorrow... Fetching some of the words rather than turn around and left as though she swallowed what she wanted to say. When she expressed a wish to herself, I made 3 attempts to talk her out of it. It was highly impertinent of someone in my station to advise against it 3 times, but yes, but I implore you all to know that choice to come here was not an easy one. This question may sound a bit noisy, but are things okay over there? We'll face the trial to the best of our abilities. I wish with all my heart our paths will not cross tomorrow, and I share the sentiment. I wish not to ever bring harm to them, all they to us in turn. Well, when's anything good as we wish day, but Heathcliff sounded just as easy. Intruders, here we go. Oh, whoops. I didn't even realize I was out of energy. I've just been clicking next battle, next battle, next battle, next battle. Oh moon, once it waxes it wanes. Oh water, once it fills it overflows. For all lights must go out, the night's still. It is time. Drop in your sentence. There was some infiltration routes in this building that enemies could use. Anyway, really, as long as the assassins willing to put their mind to it. There was this one time when someone suddenly appeared from under my bed. That sounds kind of terrifying. What happened to the taboo against attacking somebody in their own homes? Rosha was leisurely puffing a cigarette as soon as walking in a full alert suddenly pointed up. Ceiling, someone just landed above us. So if they're hiding in the ceiling, there must be war waiting for us just out the door. I expect casualties are expecting to have them join us for tea or something. Impressive, you're pretty sharp. As soon as we whipped around, swung the weapons toward the voice, but Assassin dodged back with ease and began chugging from a gold in his hand. Wait, it smells like... That's sort of drinky on the job. Give me a break, I'm an old guy on the night shift. I say I deserve a drink. Target soon, Master Jiao Bao Yu. Let us kill him quick and I call it a night. That all the enemies began flooding into the room. Couldn't we just let him kill them? Let them kill him? Literally bullshit King Tao came up with. Oh, okay, good to know. Like, we could just let them kill him. Oh, huh? Oh no, that's... Oh no. Right, so I take it they've got a lot of unbreakable coins? No? None of them have unbreakable coins? Right, okay, never mind. Oh good, they don't need unbreakable coins, they'll just kill me here and now. That's good.
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요.
Great, all I need is the SP advantage and then I'm fine. We shouldn't have won that clash. Statistically, we shouldn't have won that.
의심, 암귀, 불안과 공포 그런 것들이 들끓을 때가 가장
해보겠습니다.
Okay, Honglu gets more sanity now, too. Good. Because the more sanity Honglu has, just the better for us in general, to be honest. Oh, counter. It's so that counters deal more damage. Okay.
목숨줄만 붙어 있군.
I understand.
곧 끝장날 수 있을 것 같은데 소감자들로 효율적인 마무리를 명령하시겠지요, 단테.
Honestly, at this point, we can probably just damage win rate.
곧 끝장날 수 있을 것 같은데 소감자들로 효율적인 마무리를 명령하시겠지요, 단테.
Right, okay, I'm hoping this doesn't turn out to be like Canto, 6? I'm hoping this doesn't turn out to be like Canto 6, where Chapter 1 is the easy one, and then everything afterwards is hell. I mean, Canto 6 really... The worst part of Canto 6 was Backcliff. After Backcliff was dealt with, everything was so much easier.
모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
Okay, great. That's a little bit more SP for us all.
아름답진 않네.
Masochist for difficulty. Look, I like it when things are challenging. There's a reason why I do this sort of stuff to myself. And it's not because I'm a masochist, it's just because I like difficulty. I like entertaining difficulty. I'm trying to EX stage starter. Oh. That's a stagger. Oh, it's not a stagger. That's pleasant. I am probably going to go back after... That was very bad. Oh. How many more of these do we have? Right. Okay, we're gonna use an ego on that again. You were so close to winning that. If we can just keep staggering them all, honestly, that's probably the best outcome. I didn't mean me. I don't want them to stagger me, thank you. Keep staggering the enemy. That's going to be another counter. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I may as well talk over this
모든 결과들은
whilst I do.
파우스트가
I'm not sure if
알아요.
this will end up in the video or not. What I'm thinking for this Canto is I'll edit the footage of the Canto together into videos of each section. So, I mean, ideally there should be... I mean, it probably won't be very much effort. I might get a video out on this out by the end of the day. Maybe, depending on how much I edit.
예술이 뭔지
Because that's... and I'll see how that does. Because, I mean, may as well. If it's going to be releasing in 3 parts, having weekly uploads for once might be actually pretty nice. Oh, that's a stagger.
쉽네.
Yeah, everyone will get the jar. So what I'll probably do is I'll cut out all the, like, fights that added nothing to the experience. So, like, so all those starting fights, unless it's relevant to what I'm
명령대로 하겠습니다.
saying later, they won't be in it. But when I, like, so for example, the Jar People fight will be in, because that's actually a major fight. And I'll probably also include the story, but I'll put time segments so people, if they want to watch the story, or my reaction to the story, they can just watch that. Otherwise, they can skip to the key battles. It'll probably have a watch time of about a minute total, but I mean, why not? Might be interesting. And if we get stuck on one particular encounter, I will probably just make a full video on that at that point. But, I mean, also this way, it means that if we do get stuck on an encounter,
명령대로 하겠습니다.
I can actually make a video on getting stuck on that encounter and advertise the stream where we will be beating it. Well, trying to beat it. Without needing to make a full retrospective of everything that came before it. But yeah, that's the plan.
야, 타. 늘 새롭다니까요.
Alright, cool. Honestly, yeah, no, that fight wasn't too bad.
관리자님의 99% 명령과
22% Otis.
1%의 제 실력이
Oh, it's good that it
합쳐진다.
wasn't too bad, because it's going again.
따라갈 준비는 끝났습니다.
Just what I want. The exact same fight over again. Oh, there's more of them now. What do you guys? You guys have unbreakable coins. There we are. That's what I was expecting to see.
기대하고 있겠습니다, 단테.
Oh.
해보겠습니다.
Uh-oh. The assassins don't have the instant counter if Hungry dies, no. They just target him.
의심, 암귀, 불안과 공포, 그런 것들이 들끓을 때가 가장
행동을
취약하죠.
개시합니다.
알아듣겠습니다. 지금이 적기라는
기다려.
것입니다.
아직 안 끝났어.
Okay, great. Stagger on them. Okay, we don't have ego for them yet. Because the sooner we can get some more representation emitters going, just the better, I think.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Because representation emitters are our way to actually get on a reasonable sanity playing field against these guys. That's great damage though. I really like it when that comes out. Ryoshu is very good at dealing a lot of damage.
아직 안
Uh-oh.
끝났어.
Please don't tell me that's going to kill Hong Lu. Oh, Hong Lu's dead. Oh.
설마 알고 맞게 하진 않았을 테니. 수감자를
It may be worth resetting,
만들어
honestly.
봐야 당신만 괴로울 텐데. 시계를 돌리는 일에 너무 익숙해진 것 아닙니까?
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, he didn't die, so...
반드시 되찾을 거다.
That is an insane attack, by the way. A max of 18. For a second I thought that 23 was from them too. I started freaking out.
목적이 있었지.
밖에서 맞고 있는 꼴을 보니 그다지 유쾌하진 않군. 관리자, 수감자를
Yeah, they've really toned up the damage that's being put out. One nice thing I will say is that I have a ton of ego resources from the fact that 7 IDs are in the fight. You staggered Otis before she got to use her ego? That is unfortunate for me. Right.
모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
One stagger at least, that's good.
창의적
Oh no.
그래도 가급적
I can't really heal any of this damage either, so... How are you still only on 10 sanity?
얼간이들이 흥겨워하는군. 대체로 저럴 때는 이유가 있는 법이.
The fact that I can never get above favored really begins to drag on after a while, to be honest.
해보겠습니다.
Wow, okay. Ishmael won the clash. That was insane, by the way. That nearly beat Forest for the Flame. If Forest for the Flames hadn't hit a 10 there, we would have lost that clash. That's one thing that really scares me about the base IDs, is the fact that you can never really get a dominating clash. It is always favored. Which means that if you choke all the enemy, if you choke all the enemy succeeds really well, that's it. Say bye-bye to your sinner.
좋은 전략이네요. 가보자.
They're dead. It looks like for a lot of these enemies, Tremor would be quite useful, because seemingly they all have a stagger bar on their final bar, which is obviously impossible for any normal team to hit. Oh, I don't like Otis being staggered. Wow, that is the most useful brush stroke I've seen. Bye-bye, Otis. Okay, Ryosha's still alive. Don's in, that's worrying. Luckily we have enough. Oh, we are running out of Wrath Ego gear rapidly. Oh, they target the bat. Right, just defend that actually. Thank you. I'm gonna Sangra de Sancho. Only favored on Sangra de Sancho. That is terrifying. What? Oh, I thought he'd survived that for a second there. I guess it's plus 14 on a 0, so...
제가 해낸 건 맞죠?
Oh. Bye-bye, Dom. Whoa, that killed her in one, what? Right. I think we may have lost here. How many people are left? We may have lost. Yeah, Musou is here. We're dead.
행동을 개시합니다.
The moment Musou enters the battlefield, I know I'm fucked.
모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어. 안 끝났어.
That wave slash ability is far too strong, Jesus. I mean, I imagine it's not that strong if you're actually using a proper team, but funnily enough, we're not using an actually, proper team.
밖에서 맡고 있는 꼴을 보니 그다지 유쾌하진 않군.
Struggling, hopeless, hope.
무방비하게 만들지 마십시오.
Truly. Wow, still only favored on the ego is terrifying. Right, good to know wave slash clash is higher than an ego. Okay, they're both dead at least. Wait, no,
파우스트가 알아요.
they're not. Really the best use of ego there.
모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어.
At least it's not a negative coin AD. I mean, negative coin attack. I'd have far more problems with it if it was. I think we've won?
알고 계시겠지만
I'm hesitant to say, but I think we have. We outnumber them.
목소리일 뿐일 테니까.
Okay, one staggered. That's basically all we needed.
굴리든
Right.
스스로 생각하십시오.
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오?
Those are good portents of what's to come. I'm assuming we can expect more of this in the second round.
아름답진 않네.
Oh, everyone left on the field is staggered now. Brilliant. Yes, brutally slaughter them. That's an insane amount of damage for the base IDs to put out. 73.
단순해서 교정에 따라 5번 수행자.
Ryoshu, the DPS ID that nobody ever knew existed.
달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
시시했지.
Okay, Ryoshu dealt the most damage this time. No, don't tell me I have to keep fighting them. No, I don't want to keep fighting
빨리
them.
끝내고 밥 먹으러
I want to keep
가자고.
fighting them. Okay, it's boss time. Glug glug. Ooh, oh, still working on it? Is it continually estimated by foes? Shi Yuhua made the same mistake. Seriously didn't think we'd be defeated by such a pathetic force, did you? Oh, pipe down, you give me an early hangover. Don't you compare us to that little troublemaker of the Shi family, will you? Capabilities, combat capabilities are leagues beyond those of compatriots. So that's why he's so sure of himself, I see. Identify your name and allegiance. Really think I'd just tell you to ask names? What, in this line of business? Heh. I have no name nor allegiance to give you, friend. I thought, though I have no name to give, I have a title that others took the liberty to give me, and to pick up one or two as siding for so long. You emerged with a liquor bottle and fade into the nightly shadow. The world is named to call him the Night Drifter of the Drunken Palm. Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks. In one swig. Uh-oh.
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
Yeah, no, I'm getting horrific flashbacks already. Best clash I've ever seen. Nobody hit heads the entire time. Wow. He's already at 45 SP. Yeah, no. We're back to Backcliff, it seems. We're back to Backcliff.
젠장 이거 진짜 열받네.
I'm going to preemptively actually. So first things first, get the fuck out of here, XNL. You weren't invited. Second of all, it's time to actually level up my sinners to max. I was kind of holding out in the hope that I wouldn't need to, so I'd actually have some XP tickets for my proper team. But it's clear that's not going to happen, actually. Right. Okay. That's everyone I care about. Right. Clear within 10 turns is not happening. Shut the fuck up. Thank you.
이 기회에 평소 지휘 실력을 확인해 보죠, 단테. 하던 대로
Better
해보십시오.
speed rolls this time, actually. Far better speed rolls, actually. That's annoying that that was there, because I need to use this on here. Actually, that seems good. And then I think we want to just actually keep attacking these guys, because if we can kill them first, then we can all focus on him. Maybe? Or is this actually a backcliff situation? A pre-solo backcliff situation where I don't want to do that? Okay, he loses sanity like a normal person though, so it's not that bad. Like, he is just a normal assailant. He's not some spirit of an angry, like, incarnation of death that particularly hates me. He's just like a normal guy who likes drinking. Wow, very good speed rolls. Take the favorite on that. Actually, probably better to take the neutral on that and the neutral on that. Right.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
Oh, that's annoying. I need to check actually, does him dying fail the encounter? Well, we're about to find out. No, it doesn't. Fuck me. Right, cool. Thank you, game. I love it when that happens. Yes, 55 chance. Just keep 55% chance. Just keep hitting heads. Sure.
뭐가 됐던
Fuck probability.
관리자님이나 제 책임은 아닙니다.
흥미로운 일이 벌어지면 좋겠어요.
Cool. Great. Great. What's the speed roll on this guy? 4's doable. I can get a favorite on these. I can get on the favorite on these. I can take the aggro from one of these, so if I do like this. I don't want to clash one of those with this. I would prefer to do that. Actually, take the aggro from one of them. Yeah.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
Just win the clash. It's not that hard. Welcome back to Backcliff, everyone. Been a while.
많은 기대는 걸지 않았어요.
It's Backcliff, but Honglu can die.
이 오티스 참전합니다.
이 기회에 평소 지휘 실력을 확인해 보죠, 단테. 하던 대로 해보십시오.
해보겠습니다.
It's not nice to see Batcliff again, no. Superbia. On what? Faustigo, yeah, okay, that would help do a little bit, I'd say. I'll check if it's fully uptide, because that might do something then. For just a little bit more sanity. But you can only use it once per day, so it's really disincentivized using it.
뭐 상정웨이의 공격이었으니 이것까지 당신 탓을 할 순 없겠군요. 그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요. 딴데.
Like, it is a stupid system to have it once per day use, because you never want to use it then. Oh, if he dies, does he do something special?
Does
that activate a second phase?
다른 수를 생각해야 할 겁니다, 관리자. 쓸모 없어진 놈은 후퇴시키는 것도 좋겠죠.
행동을 개시합니다.
Stop doing that. Good damage. Okay, so that animatic? That's not how you say those words. That cinematic was just for show. Oh, you're about to die. Right, one staggered. We've got a good clashing thing.
관리자, 수감자를 무방비하게 만들지
Okay.
마십시오.
Attack there. Oh, we've got paralyzed. That would be why.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
One singular instance of damage. Look at that! A whole 8 damage. When you saw that animation, it ended the encounter with victory. Well, didn't end the encounter here.
이 기회에 평소 지휘 실력을 확인해 보죠, 단테. 하던 대로
Maybe
해보십시오.
he has to be below a certain amount of HP to actually trigger that. The base IDs might have just actually
먼저 간다.
broken the way the fight's supposed to work. Wouldn't be the first time the base IDs have broken a fight. Ow. What in the Ryoshu throw was that, huh?
지금 시계를 돌리기엔 촉박할 테니 다른 수를 생각해야 할 겁니다, 관리자. 쓸모 없어진 놈.
Honglu took the path of he can't throw the run if he's not here to throw the run.
해보겠습니다.
Sinclair can still throw the run though. Staggered, brilliant. Thank you. Representation emitter. Oh, that means she's gonna hit some of the counters.
하우스트가 알아요.
Uh-oh.
창의적인 발상이군.
She hit both of the counters.
가급적 전투 중에 떠올리진
내가 찾은
않았으면 좋겠는데.
나만의 항해 방식.
밖에서 맡고 있는 꼴을 보니 그다지 유쾌하진 않군. 관리자, 수감자를 무방비하게 만들.
Can I actually win that clash? Yeah, at half health he unstaggers himself. I don't think anything I have can clash with that attack. 23... No. No. No, not with everything he's got. May as well wail on everyone else then.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
Bye bye. It's Faust. Faust doesn't mean anything to me, really. Like, representation of it is cool, but... Literally kept flashing even after rolling it. Ah, okay. So it's probably meant to be a haha, I killed Hong Lu move. Unfortunately for him, I don't particularly care.
수감자를 고기 조각으로 만들어 봐야 당신만
cool.
괴로울 텐데. 시계를 돌리는 일에 너무 익숙해진 것 아닙니까?
Coin never break. It's a true unbreakable coin. The coin just literally never breaks this time. We've moved beyond just rolling once it's broken to it actually just never breaks. Wow, that was fun. Managed to hit a 5% chance. Truly incredible.
살자 로신한테 꿈에
Well,
닿을
the dream is
때까지
within our grasp.
몇
Yes.
번이고.
Please don't kill Sinclair. Oh, Sinclair's dead. That's unfortunate.
내가 찾은
That's why you thought it was bugged.
나만의
It is
항해
probably
방식.
supposed to be a forced fight ending move.
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오?
Or maybe for story reasons Hong Lu has to die. Not sure. Oh, that's unfortunate. Wow, that was the shittest upheaval I have ever seen.
머리통을 굴리게 되어서 돌아온 줄 알았다만 요즘 면담을 쉬긴 했지. 7번 수감자.
Right. Does this give... Right, it's just next turn.
규정에
Right.
따라 실행합니다.
Why the fuck did you clash with that and not an ego skill, huh? I get the feeling focusing on this guy isn't the correct idea. You're
로신한테
maybe supposed to
꿈에
focus on the
닿을
ads,
때까지 몇 번이고.
but still. They clash far higher than the boss himself. It is easier to focus on the boss. That was insane.
모든 걸 걷어들일 순 없었어.
수많은 것들이 옥죄어 온다.
Right. Oh, he had a clashable counter. Oh, okay.
지금 시계를 돌리기엔
Oh,
촉박할
right.
테니 다른 수를 생각해야 할 겁니다, 관리자. 쓸모 없어진 놈은 후퇴시키는 것도 좋겠죠.
출진이다.
The fact that this man, whilst chains of others, can still clash with us is terrifying. Okay, that was just a fail from Don Quixote. Why the fuck have all my sinners decided to not hit heads? Alright, well, you fuck me, yeah. Haha. Very funny. Very funny game, very funny. I love it when the game just decides, actually, you were meant to die now. And just fucking kills me.
관리자님이나 제 책임은
It's
아닙니다.
truly my favorite state.
목적지는 호기만소.
I do love it when the game just goes, actually, fuck you in particular.
이 기회에 평소 지휘 실력을 확인해 보죠, 단테. 하던 대로 해보십시오.
Is this even worth fighting out? Maybe not.
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요, 단테. 적합한 조치였습니다.
Luck correlates with skill, yes, it does indeed.
아스라이, 바래지는구려.
이 오티스 참전합니다.
이 기회에 평소 지휘 실력을 확인해 보죠, 단테. 하던 대로 해보십시오.
Okay, you know what? We try and kill one of the ads. Well, we try and kill all of the ads, but we try and go one by one and kill them all. Not on this attempt.
많은 기대는 걸지 않았어요.
길게 끌 거 없어. 바로 간다.
God, I really wish there wasn't this bloody annoying cutscene.
위에서 당신을
That'd be
관리자로
nice, wouldn't
정한
it?
데에는 합당한 이유가 있겠지. 기대하고 있겠습니다.
Nothing makes me hate a cutscene more than having to watch it every time I fail an attempt.
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요.
I really should have clashed someone else. Yeah.
적합한 조치였습니다.
It's almost no damage, but at least you didn't lose the fucking clash. Please, thank you. All I ask is that you win the clash. It's not that hard to do.
이 기회에 평소 지휘 실력을 확인해 보죠, 단테. 하던 대로 해보십시오.
Oh well, Honglu's taking so much unavoidable damage now that I can do nothing about. Thank you, Project Moon. I do love it when you have single target encounters.
해보겠습니다.
It's my favorite part of the game. Not being able to choose who actually gets to, you know, take damage. Ah, yeah, fuck me. Because that's how probabilities work, clearly. No, you're right, just keep hitting heads. I don't know how a 50-50 chance works, clearly. Clearly not. I'm taking off my jumper. One moment, chat. One moment.
아스라이 바래지는구려.
Right.
목적지는 호기만소.
Wow. It's the same bloody cutscene. Anyway. Okay, actually, hold on. Fuck me. Bad speed spreads. Looks like I'll fucking die. Thank you, game. Just what I wanted. How do you know I want to get fucked over? No, really, you shouldn't have. Oh yeah.
간다.
Use Pigrita and do fucking what? Halve their speed once and just die again. That would be an utter waste. That would be worse than useless.
제가 해낸 거 맞죠?
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요. 적합한 도치였습니다.
Yeah, Honglu's just I imagine it helps a lot more when you've got a proper team that actually values from clashing. It's not only the act of clashing we need good clashes as well, or else we're fucked. Like this, we're already fucked. Like that's it, that's as much as it takes. Honglu is dead. We can use this chance to deal as much damage as possible to this guy.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
You're telling me you didn't fucking kill that guy? One job. One singular job. All of the sinners are at level 55.
간당 목숨줄만 붙어있군. 곧 끝장낼 수 있을 것 같은데.
I need more SP than that guy.
수감자들로 효율적인 마무리를 명령하시겠지요, 단테.
예실인킬.
내가 나설 차례인가?
이 기회에 평소 지휘 실력을 확인해보죠, 단테. 하던 대로 해보십시오.
Oh, you only got one.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
Oh, yeah, no, Maso isn't leveled up. Everyone but Maso. Because Maso and Gregor don't need to be leveled up. If we get to Maso, we're already dead. Like, yeah, they add so little to the fight. No, once we get to them, we're fucked. So,
많은 기대는 걸지 않았어요.
no point leveling them up.
하라고? 나?
It genuinely is not worth the tickets at all.
위에서 당신을 관리자로 정한 데에는 합당한 이유가 있겠지. 기대하고 있겠습니다, 단테.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
It's not worth bringing Maso on for Chains of Others, trust me. I get one turn of being able to fight good and then we're straight back to being fucked. It is better to just reset for the one turn of being good.
조금이라도 머리통을 굴리게 되어서 돌아온 줄 알았다만 요즘 면담을 쉬긴 했지, 7번 수감자.
먼저 간다.
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요, 단테. 적합한 조치였습니다.
We do have an advantage over him when he's above 70 HP, because he... whenever he doesn't hit Honglu, he gets down to clashing levels next turn. You can try it yourself, but Maso isn't worth... I'm telling you right now, Maso isn't worth the slot.
이 기회에 평소 지휘 실력을 확인해보죠, 단테. 하던 대로 해보십시오.
You will be happier if you just trust my word on that. I need to remember I have the ability to inflict 2 attack power down at any time without an ego gear, ego move. This is really good. Or at least comparative to like what I have at hand. It's really good. Oh, I think Honglu's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
상정의의 공격이었으니 이것까지 당신 탓을 할 순 없겠군요. 설마 알고 맞게 하진 않았을 테니.
순조로운 전략입니다.
Did you see at the end of the last fight, by the way, when we started spamming Chains of Others, and he still managed to clash with us very well with Chains of Others. He is insane. Also, he's about to kill Honglu. Let me skip. Oh, let's not open random tabs. Just let me skip the fucking cutscenes. I don't care. Oh, let's not open Task Manager.
지금 시계를 돌리기엔 촉박할 테니 다른 수를 생각해야 할 겁니다, 관리자. 쓸모 없어진 놈은 후퇴시키는 것도 좋겠죠.
혹들을 제거하겠소.
Okay, if we can just keep the sanity at this, actually, it might be pretty good for us. The ads are really annoying, though.
이 기회에 평소 지휘 실력을 확인해
What does that do?
따뜻해. 하던 대로
That's
해보십시오.
Okay, who's this dog being foul? Isang... Right.
먼저 간다.
Honestly, take more damage from unopposed attacks is a cool conceptual idea for a panic.
모두가 너를 잊어도
But the counter is worrying. The counter damage. I am curious, do unbreakable coins count as counter damage, or is it specifically only counters? Yeah, it's a clashable counter, so we should be fine.
제가 해낸 건 맞죠?
Right, staggered. Which means he is about to do a special move, which we can't clash, so that does just take out one of our sins regardless, but still. Wait, because he's panicking, he takes more damage from unopposed attacks.
목숨줄만 붙어요.
Okay,
곧 끝장날 수 있을 것 같은데 소감자들로 효율적인
that's worth
마무리를
putting on there.
명령하시겠지요. 단테.
Is he below 50% HP? 930. No, he's not below 50% HP. Otherwise, that would have been very good for us. Speed is faster than that. That's
폭들을 제거하겠소.
He unstaggers himself at 50% HP, so all-inning him isn't the best idea. I know for a fact he has a second phase. For example, sure is a good thing I didn't all-in on him. Can I even remotely clash that? I'll take a neutral. Fuck it, why not? Oh, I need to use that.
폭들을 제거하겠소.
Yeah, no, there was no way. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Faust. Oh, Faust didn't die. I thought that would insta-kill.
이 삶이 무엇이라 생각하시오?
Great, stagger on them. I think they're dead now. Of course Sinclair has to rock up to disagree with what I was saying. It only insta-kills one way. Ah, okay. That is absurd, actually. 10 speed? Okay. Okay, this will give him a -2, which basically offsets the buff he just got. Favored, struggling, but I have an ego I can use. Yeah. Faust is dead for that.
폭들을 제거하겠소.
I think I can do it like that. We just need to get his sanity down lower again. If we can get his sanity down lower again, we're good.
내가 찾은
Snag Harpoon actually has a really interesting ego passive. It's the... well, I mean, I'm assuming you guys know it, but it's... if you're winning a clash, get additional power to clash power. If you're going to lose a clash, lose clash power. Which makes for quite an interesting thing where it sort of... it snowballs you ridiculously.
목적이 있었지.
Yeah, that was inevitable.
수감자를 고기 조각으로 만들어 봐야 당신만 괴로울 텐데. 시계를
David
너무 익숙해진 것 아닙니까?
struggling, which is... oh, we don't have enough ego resources for it, which is fine because we've got this. Snag Harpoon. But does Snag Harpoon need to clash that? Do I have anything else that can clash them? Let's bring in that, because it's good to get the healing up on that. David... actually, Snag Harpoon clashing that might be for the best.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
Right? Oh, Saga. Does this kill her?
내가 찾은 나만의 항해
No, it doesn't. That is so annoying. So annoyingly close to killing. Wow, it's another Sinclair choke, everybody. Yippee. Put it on the board.
저 로신한테 꿈에 닿을 때까지 몇 번이고!
밖에서 맡고 있는 꼴을 보니 그다지 유쾌하진 않군. 관리자, 수감자를 무방비하게 만들지.
I mean, hold on, just quickly before I test. I could do that. Is it more worth it to do this? Yeah. Right.
좋은 전략이네요. 가보죠.
What? Oh.
이젠 네 놈만 남았다.
Well, I'll take it. I'll take it. Cool. I don't know how I won that. Right. It's a turn limit. Oh, okay. Oh, so I could have just well, not Maso Ishmael, but I could have just Maso'd it. Right. Well, why, next, and the last one. How strangely confident you are for someone who's failed to protect their master. He doesn't know that sinners can come back from death. Now that I've claimed young master values his life, I should be free to clock out. There's no coming back from a crushed brain. Real shame. Had he studied on my tutelage, he almost could have met me in Sill. And the intruder disappeared from the room without another word. And after a brief break, I revived the dead sinners. Right. Who could have possibly sent him? I'm assuming it's health. Could be the judge who bloke from earlier. You saw the way he was glaring at the rich boy. Wasn't the only one glaring daggers at Hong Lu, you know. Oh, you alright? If your brain's feeling funny, ask him to turn the clock again. No, this feels new to me. Never was attacking here. This building's felt so infinitely vast. But now that I'm here with all of you, it's still so crowded and alive. And that's funny how? Well, I imagine he's saying he's happy he's got his back, to paraphrase. I assume he's got to have killed Hong Lu to trigger that second thing. Oh, Otis yet again, most valuable employee. Did I get the EX clear? I did, so it's definitely not turn-based. Wow. You know, after he staggered, basically my entire team in a single turn of attack. Single turns of attack. That's not it. Single turn of attacks. I got worried. I was about to start crying. Not crying. Well. Cool. Backcliff down. Young master, I've brewed some newer tea. Will you imbibe some before departing? No way, Hongli. Remember how the envelope we received yesterday was torn open? Refuse it. I'm okay. I'd love some tea, Yuren. Thank you. Yes, young master. Hongli sips Yuren's tea. Hey, that tea could be poison. I know we have Dante here, but you're being too reckless. Wasn't being reckless on account of having Dante around. If I was, and if it had really been poisoned, I would be needlessly hurting Dante in the process. Even if she's become a lot less friendly, Yuren still is Yuren, so I thought it would be okay. That's when I realized Yuren's odd change of characters remember some of those we'd seen earlier in the back streets of District 8. Yuren went through a lot of revivals, didn't she? Yes. She's my closest maidservant, so she was on the most expensive version of life insurance. So when you say Ziren's still Ziren, you mean that her memories are intact? Yep. Life insurance doesn't actually decay your memory, but still you slowly erode away. Like a stone weathering mercilessly gusts and rainstorms, the memory shrinks and shrinks, losing its definition until the form itself is lost. It only is the faint sensation that the stone was once there until it was no more. But I hope that faint sensation remains a warm remembrance to Ziren at least. Ziren quietly cleared away the tea set. Could not tell if she had heard Honglu or if she cared at all if she did. Regardless, we left it to our job and made our way to the palanquin that was waiting to take us to round 2 venue. We're marching out to meet your foes in a deadly war. Normally most sinners would have laughed at us off for being overdramatic, but today they're all listening intently to our every word. We'd already had several close run-ins with candidates and their factions, and even the formidable Heyshaw pack. These experiences were more than enough to convince us that it was time to take us seriously. We must first learn as much as possible about our primary foe, the one that poses the greatest threat, if you will, and that is Jia Chu. So let's list everything that we've learned about that individual so far. We know that he has no problems with blooding his own hands, remember how he grabbed those decapitated heads? And we know he tried to ensure that both our team and Zichun's wouldn't participate in the family hierarch war. We're also aware that he's flanked by Zilu, a mighty Heyshaw, and Zigong, a strategist. And it seemed like he was the only one who sent... It seems like he was the one who sent the assassins from last night too, right? Yeah, we know there's definitely aware of us, so we should also stand guard. As we all know by now, Da Guanyuan is led by 4 ancient and great houses, the Jia, the Shi, the Zhu, and the Wang. Ever since the times before my own birth, this place was a den of political intrigue, a jungle where a single misstep could spell your death. The Jia family holds the most power and influence among the 4, which means that I was the top of the world, afforded a life of luxuries and leisure, the kind of envious life that everyone looks up to and inspires to attain. But Big Brother Chu, he was beneath even the rock bottom of the same world. Rock bottom? A metaphor for aught, perhaps? If it isn't, then I assume he's implying that someone pushed Jia Chu to the depths. Yes, many, many hands pushed him towards the cliff until there was no more room for him to back up to, until only his remaining choice was to plummet. Brother Chu is the last surviving descendant of the annihilated Kong family. Yet his surname was Jia, was it not? His mother was from the Kong family. How? My hand was probably one of many that pushed him off the cliff. I don't think you're the kind of person to do something like that, Honglu. No need to make excuses for me. Envy and jealousy came about from my grandmother and the eldest favoritism. And where there is a zenith, so exists a nadir. Okay, that's... I'm curious how many people know what the word nadir means, because zenith, presumably people know, but... I mean, context clues, but yeah. Hiding away won't let me get away from it, so I'm going to accept it. Honglu remains placid throughout the entire reveal, as I was making some innocent commentary about the weather and the clouds going by. I mean, I pretend like I know that word from reading and stuff. I know that from Fallen London, so like... I mean, that might be nerdy, playing an MMO. In fact, watch out for the ones working with the thumb too. As Ryoshu appeared more agitated than he was. The thumb? Oh, that walking Brit shithouse from earlier? Lei Heng. You're weirdly worried, Ryoshu. Don't you just usually... It's because he's powerful. Silence descended in the palanquin. Has Ryoshu ever called anyone straight up powerful before? No one replied. Alright, how many fights left do we have? Do we have enough time to squeeze in one more backcliff? Not yet, apparently. Ooh. Oh. This is the back streets. Not the back streets, sorry, this is the outskirts. Because there's, Bina's chair. Oh, that's cool. Oh, and it's a nice transition from how traditionally in Chinese mythology you'll have the heavens, and then down below the heavens you've got Earth, or in this case the outskirts. Oh, you can go really far to each side actually, wow. Indeed. Yeah, that's That's Venus' chair that she sits in when she's interrogating that one guy. Before she attacks... spoilers, I suppose, actually. Probably should have led with that. We've arrived at the venue for the second round of the evaluation. We found ourselves at some kind of deep subterranean area with multiple lists installed beside it. Some contestants are already rising on this, but most of them had elected to remain down here to quietly and furtively discuss their strategies. As for us, we're slowly getting used to our presence, drawing the attention of every single person in the room the moment we entered. Is this actually going to be the battle royale that was hinted at in the last intervello? Contestants must now each board their lists and send. Well then, should we get going too? I feel like we're drawing way too much attention, so let's... We were stopped by a voice calling us. Big brother Baoyu. Ah, Dayu. Have you been well? I've seen a child who looked like her a few times in Honglu's memories. I remember being at Honglu, she made a mound of petals with one hand. Now she looked on at him without a normal emotion, a spear in the very same hand. Dayu, I didn't think you'd be participating in the family hierarchy war. I've forgotten that my family cannot exist unless we're in a service for greater houses. I am but a blade, serving a client from the Zhu family. I see, for big sister Bao Chai's family. Yes, I'll be fighting in the service of others till the last of my days. Dayu. Honglu took a step towards her, but she raised her hand and pushed him away. It was not a threat, but her gesture carried such implicit resoluteness that it brought Honglu to a stop. Dayu, I'll be departing Yuan Su soon. The elders have commanded me to leave here and experience more of the world. You're leaving Dangguan Yun? So you leave me now, still refusing to illuminate me the truth about that day. Why? Why won't you stop smiling like that? Then I hope you'll never come back here again. We shared an intimate bond once, yet all is for naught. Now I'm unbound by the heavens, unbound by the dirt. Still lies this heart of mine with emptiness wrought. A blossom may be lovely now, but its wilting sharpens the blade of woe, this blade of hurt. Our meeting should never have come to pass. You guys say things that are so difficult and saddening to hear. My own funeral was held long ago, and now, having met you for the final time, when we meet our ends here, may we each become a lone thread of formless smoke to be scattered to the winds. With that, Dayu walked away from us. Looks like I forgot to introduce her to everyone. She's someone who made a brief connection in my childhood, though I guess our reunion was made under pretty unfavorable circumstances. Yeah, when you're about to kill each other. Pretty unfavorable, to be honest. That she has come here and so has some of the candidate. Means that we'll be enemies the next time we meet. He sang trailed off without vocalizing that sentiment inside. Connections are such fickle things after all. Honglu muttered with a faint hint of loneliness as we entered the grand lift, enclosed by 4 pillars. The list rises ploddingly. When I looked down, I could see other candidates still waiting for their lists, looking up at us. The candidates whose fates may or may not intermingle with our own in this battle. Jia Baoyu! You will never leave this place alive! No matter what it takes, we'll cut off your head, no matter what it takes! Someone screams bitterly from beneath us, but the lift doesn't stop. Young Honglu, are we to battle villains henceforth in this quest? But to them we are the villains. Then are they to be evil in our eyes? It's a distinction without difference. No way, the evil predefined! Right. Incredible. Whichever is the case, I'm pretty sure that trying to draw a clear line between enemies and allies won't mean much. It seems like we finally arrived where our destination is the lift slowed down. Oh, okay. That's interesting. They've recreated the outskirts here. They've recreated LobCorp here. Why have they recreated the old branch of LobCorp out here? We're greeted by sight that at first glance appears as though it belonged outside, but we quite see this within the fines of Hongyuan. Underneath the blue sky were 2 metal gates leading to a massive looming structure. Red lights flickered ominously around the building. Looks like they decorated this huge space to look like the outside. I can't even fathom how much money they must have poured into the project. Family Hierarchy Evaluations, Round 2. Its embodied voice echoed from the speakers with a buzz. Begins now. The doors that carried the lift up to us here closed shut. Oh, I finally recognize where we are. You've been here before? This place is the site of the former H Corp that was once headed by the Kong family. Right. Oh, a mini rec. Oh, so it's saying that Bina was attacking this place, former H Corp, before then going on to attack LobCorp. That's interesting, actually, because that suggests that and the previous comment about why would you dare break a taboo. So it seems that old H Corp got taken out by arbiters, or an arbiter, and that's why they're really wary about it. They're continuing the search for immortality, but without revivals, because revivals got them persecuted by the head before. That's cool. They still bleed from the wounds it made then. I wonder if we'll be spilling fresh blood over them today. We're surrounded by the loud and crowded bustle of the teeming audience. So this isn't the outskirts then, it's just what old H Corp looks like. Is Honglu smiling still as he always has since our first meeting? I turned around to face him. I only see a much younger Hong Lu. The deep sorrow in the child's eyes was about to overflow, as if he were ready to burst into tears. Right. And that's the end for now. Right. Pretty good stream, I think, everyone. We didn't get caught anywhere other than that one guy. So yeah. I'll see you all again probably same time next week, to be honest, because there's 2 more chapters of this. So yeah, expect a video soonish. Bye bye for now. Hope you all have a good day. Alright, I'm not gonna acknowledge that last comment there. I'll see you all in the future. Bye bye.